threats,
Slap him in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes.
anger,
Don't.
desperation.
Daddy's got no money in it. It's 15 grand overdraft.
What happens when debt
Don't touch it.
tracks you down?
Give me £1,000 today.
Can't accept £1,000, mate. It needs to be the full balance.
Up and down the UK,
No, we have to go out.
Not going outside.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
There's an outstanding balance, sir. Why can't you pay it?
Doesn't matter.
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
We're either here to collect payment or remove goods.
Because if you can't pay, they'll take it away. A leading insolvency firm reports that the number of businesses in the UK under financial pressure is increasing rapidly. Nearly 330,000 companies experienced financial distress during the second quarter of 2017, a 25% rise from the previous year. High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner are in Shoreditch, East London.
How much is that bike?
25 grand.
They're here to recover just over £7,000 owed by a restaurant owner for an unpaid gas bill.
We are off to a restaurant. And we're looking to collect £7,250 and 19 pence.
It seems that Mr. Mia, the owner of a restaurant at the heart of London's Curry district, hasn't paid the full amount due for his gas bill for several months.
I'll take it.
Park here.
Yeah.
A county court judgment was awarded against him, but he failed to pay. Now Max and Steve are here at lunchtime to get payment in cash or goods today.
Hello, miss. Can I speak to a manager, please? We're enforcement agents with a High Court writ.
The manager not here. Can you wait a minute?
Yeah, sure.
The employee goes to get Mr. Mia on the phone.
He's too far. Can you do?
Yeah, sure. Hi there. Who am I speaking to, please? Hi, right. My name's Max. I'm here with my colleague Steve Pinner. We've got a High Court writ for the restaurant. You haven't paid your energy bills, commercial gas. There's an outstanding balance of £7,250 and 19 pence, which we need to collect today. No, there's no agreement in place. That's why we've been sent round. We need to collect on the balance, or we are going to be enforcing this writ now. You can come within half an hour. Okay, I'll pass you back over.
Mr. Mia claims he's been paying off the debt by instalments and that he knows nothing about the High Court writ. But the agent's case notes say otherwise.
It's definitely not paid.
So there's no arrangements in place for them to pay money?
Absolutely nothing.
Otherwise,
there was no notes here whatsoever.
But just then, Mr. Mia arrives.
Hello, sir. My name is Max Caraher. I'm from DCBL. We've got a High Court writ for Sonogaran House Limited.
That's right. But they didn't say anything there and no any letter. That's the problem.
with the greatest respect, sir, we wouldn't be sent here if there wasn't a problem.
All we are sent round is to collect on the funds owed. If we can't collect it, we have to escalate the case, take goods. We don't want to do that. I just want to collect this money.
But instead of trying to raise some funds, Mr. Mia wants to show Max and Steve his account with the gas company.
Nothing to hide, because we pay up to date every month. We can show you how we can pay that money every month. Then we didn't know they apply for this code.
Okay.
They are not dissolved yet.
Mr. Mia's paperwork shows some payments have been made to the energy company, but not enough to stop them escalating the case to the High Court. Max makes his position clear.
We've listened to you, okay, and I understand your position. However, I'm not here to question or debate it. We're commanded here by the High Court to either collect this money or goods. The ball is completely in your court.
So what we have to do, I mean, I can't pay
Sir, we either need to collect this money or we'll start removing this.
I can't. You're not allowed to.
My advice to you,
My
sir,
advice to you
is-
to go outside, please.
No. My advice to you is to tell your customers to leave because now
No, I don't-
we're going
I
to call
don't
for
want
trucks
that.
to remove,
No,
and I'm going to
no.
start with that now.
You
okay?
can't.
Sir, the paperwork we have gives us the authority to do what this gentleman says. He does.
You can't touch in my business. You go
Afraid we
outside,
can't.
please. I don't want you to because I couldn't do anything at the moment.
We.
Or you give me.
You don't
Or
ask.
if you give me time.
If you.
Just give me time.
How long do you need?
7 days.
Can't do that. We're here today. Has to be today.
Not 7 days or 5 days.
We can't. We don't have the authority.
When we're trying to make somebody see sense, I think it's almost like the bait's on the hook and the fish is there lurking. And when it's a particularly large sum of money, they're almost weighing up, is it worth the enforcement agents removing all our assets, or do we need to pay it and put a line in the sand?
It's clear Mr. Mia is unwilling to settle his debt today. So Max has no choice but to start an inventory of assets in the restaurant.
Yeah, if you do chest tables,
Yeah.
I'll do the other notable assets.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
But Mr. Mia has other ideas.
You have to go outside. Don't give me home.
I'm not going
You have to go
outside.
out. No, you have to go out.
No, I'm not going outside.
Then I have to call our staff.
Sorry?
Then we have to go our
What do
staff.
you
to
mean you have to call your staff?
No, we have to go outside.
Not going
No,
outside.
you have to go outside.
Not going outside.
No way to do it.
Okay.
Don't touch it anything, right? Make a list and go. Don't touch it, please.
Right, get your
Don't touch
hands
it.
off of me.
Don't touch
Don't
it,
touch
please.
me.
Don't touch it. Put up-
Calm down.
Lock that. Don't touch it, okay?
And the rising tension hasn't gone unnoticed.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
I'm a customer.
Okay.
And I'm not really disturbed.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
Take it up with the shop.
Take it up with them, mate.
No, I've walked into this restaurant
Well.
to eat,
Okay.
and you're disturbing me.
Well-
Speak to the manager. He hasn't. It's nothing to do with us,
Well, you're disturbing my food.
mate.
Can
this
I-
isn't my argument with you. We have to
No,
come round.
this is your argument with me. You're
not arguing with
stopping
you.
me
No.
from enjoying my food.
Sir.
I want to eat my food.
Eat your food. It's getting
Right.
cold.
It is getting cold.
Eat
Well,
it.
I'm running out
Eat
of
it.
my lunch
Okay,
hour.
go and
So
eat
you're
it.
stopping me from eating.
I'm not stopping
We're not
you.
interfering
You're
with you
stopping
at
me.
all.
No, I'm not
You are
stopping you.
stopping me.
Go and eat your
Why
food.
did
I'm
you
not
go
gonna
in
stop
there?
you.
Carry on.
Sorry?
Why did you
Carry
go
on.
in there?
Why did I go
I
in where?
wanted something
carry on.
from there and you're
Do it
in
with
there.
Do with
Why?
everything else.
Don't shout at me.
I'm not
do
shouting
that.
at
Okay.
you.
Do it with everything
Don't
else.
do that.
No, don't do what?
Just
Do
step it
what?
up. Just step it
Do
up.
what?
Right. This
Don't
is
do what?
ridiculous. Okay. That's fine. We'll get the police here.
With the situation escalating, Max calls the police.
We're enforcement agents with a High Court writ, and we've got a situation that's spiralling out of control. There's irate customers getting in my face.
This simple job has taken an unexpected turn. With Mr. Mia refusing to pay and an angry customer obstructing them, Max and Steve are going to need all their experience to resolve this case. Max Caraher and Steve Pinner were in East London, chasing over £7,000 owed by restaurant owner Mr. Mia.
Nothing to hide because we pay up to date every month.
Mr. Mia said he was paying his debt off, but Max made it clear that the High Court writ demanded that the full balance be paid today.
I'm not here to question or debate it. We're commanded here by the High Court to either collect this money or goods.
But Mr. Mia refused to pay.
I mean, I can't pay.
And when the agent started an inventory of assets to seize,
Don't touch it.
tempers started to fray.
Just
Do
step it
what?
up. Just step it
Do
up.
what?
So Max called the police.
We've got a situation that's spiralling out of control.
Now, 10 minutes after they were called, the police arrive.
Me, I did, yes.
So if you take a seat, we'll come sit in a minute. Let's be thorough.
Yeah, no problem. We're enforcement agents with a High Court writ. There it is.
What do you want us to do?
Prevent a breach of the peace.
With the police present, the customer calms down, and Mr. Mia now seems to want to negotiate with Steve.
Where can I come with you quietly?
Give me a little time, or maybe take at least take £1,000.
they will not take less than 60%. They won't.
Please, because this is my big business, yeah?
I understand that.
Give me a little time. Okay, take 2,000 down. Only 60% because I have. You are a nice person to talk with, right? Do it. Whatever is the lowest you can do it. And give.
Sir, as much as you may be struggling, and I accept that, I know what they will say.
Mr. Mia is adamant he can't make the minimum down payment Steve has asked for. But then Max hears some interesting information.
Steve, a customer just said that the weekends, every weekend, this place is rammed. Absolutely rammed. Busy even at lunchtime. When people tell me that they are adamant they're not going to pay, I know that this is going to be a real battle of wills. We are going to have to look for all the goods we need and get them ready to remove. There is a chance that we will have to get a van and load up all of their stuff. It could take an entire day because somebody is taking such a strong stance against us.
The agents have now been in the restaurant for 2 hours. As Mr. Mia has made no acceptable offer of payment, Max has no choice but to start the recovery process.
The removal team are coming unless you pay the full balance. That adds on further fees. Hello, Mike. It's Max here. No, listen, I'm deadly serious. You said you're not going to pay it. Mike, I'm going to need removals because we're going to remove everything. Thanks, Mike. Cheers.
The recovery vehicles are on their way. But now, with his business at serious risk, Mr. Mia changes his mind.
What can you do? There's no choice. I have to pay cash.
Cash?
7,000?
No, it's 8.3.
Steve explains to Mr. Mia again that because the removal process has been initiated, extra fees have now been added to the original debt.
When we walk in the door, and if you say yes to paying, it's 7,250. Because of all this, and we go around counting, it's now 8.3.
You can't say 1,000. Then I pay that 7,000. Hold on. I'll get somewhere. I'll get it.
The balance will still be liable.
Please.
No, not having that.
Please.
You understand?
You're a good member.
I
I want to
am.
put another £1,000.
They're coming. The removals are coming.
With Mr. Mia not prepared to pay the full amount of his debt, the agents prepare for the arrival of the recovery truck. But then, Mr. Mia makes an unexpected move and produces a bundle of cash.
I don't know how much you have to count it.
They need to do it, yeah.
After saying that he wouldn't pay the £8,000 he owes, he gives the agents the full amount in cash.
Steve, you do 1,000. It's amazing how he has nothing. Absolutely amazing. There's your receipt there. That's the matter as well. Thanks ever so much for your time, guys. I do appreciate it.
Goodbye. Keep straight.
You take care, sir. Have a nice evening. It's very satisfying when we turn a won't pay into a has paid. The reason for this is because they've put up such a battle, and at the end we get the result we're after.
After over 2 hours at the restaurant, the agent's perseverance has paid off.
Thank you very much for all your help.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you. A hot Indian restaurant with lots of people shouting at you and trying to collect the best part of £8,500.
I've never liked people shouting at me. That's one thing that really annoys me immensely.
Over the first half of 2017, more than 50,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. This marks a 27% increase since the previous year, with the average reaching almost £3,000. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are on their way to Chippenham. they have a writ to collect a debt of just under £3,000 owed by Ahmed Palisi, the owner of a car wash.
So we're going into Chippenham to visit Mr. Ahmed Palitzi and JJ Hand Car Wash. A balance of £2,753.
The claimant took Mr. Palisi to court after his car was damaged whilst being cleaned at the debtor's business. A county court judgment was issued against Mr. Palisi, but he failed to pay. Now the agents are here with a High Court writ to get payment in full today.
JJ Car Wash.
Hi, boys. Look for Mr. Palizzi.
He's just got... Do you want to ring him up, mate, and tell him to come back?
Yeah, sure.
He's just shot off.
He's literally just gone, mate. I'll ring him up.
Garby!
Which one's his number? That might have been the wrong number, though.
Surely you got the number for your boss, mate?
I don't put his name on it, you know?
Just in case, like.
While the employee tries to find his boss's number, Mitch goes to check if anyone else can contact Mr. Palisi.
Do you want to give him a call, boys? Looking for Ahmed, we are, mate. Couldn't tell you, unfortunately.
I don't got him, man.
You work here, though, do you?
Yeah,
So you work here and you don't have his number? It's a bit strange, isn't it? It's your boss.
Somebody's got his number.
he don't have number, nothing.
Yeah, he has got a number now, has he? Somebody's not adding up here, mate. I find it a bit special, boys, that you all work for him and you haven't got his number. Makes no sense. I always have an inkling if somebody's telling me the truth or not, or if they're hiding the truth. And that's when I'll start to drill down and find ways of getting the truth out of them. If that person's not the debtor, then it is obviously a lot harder. But then it's a bit of a cat and mouse game, to be honest with you.
With no one seemingly able to contact Mr. Palisi, the agent's only option is to remove goods from the business in his absence.
We look to see his move assets from his address, yeah?
So the only thing that's going to stop all this happening, right, is for you or somebody here to get Ahmed on the phone and get him to come down here, okay?
Realizing the seriousness of the situation, the employee tries again to reach his boss one more time.
Yeah.
Ahmed, High Court Enforcement Agents.
Okay.
I'll give you 5 minutes to come back here, right? Or we're going to seize all assets here.
Okay, no problem. I'm coming back.
We'll give you till 25 past.
No problem.
See you, mate.
Whilst the agents wait for Mr. Palisi to arrive, they take a look around to see if there are any assets worth seizing. But there's little here of any value.
When do you give him to that past?
25 past, you've got 3 minutes.
But then, Mr. Palisi arrives.
Here he is. Mr. Ahmed. Perfect. High Court Enforcement Agents. Here to execute a High Court writ against you, unfortunately.
For what?
Mercedes ring a bell? Damaging his roof?
He's right.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, he's gone to the county court.
Right.
CCJ, so a county court judgment has been issued against you. They then transferred to the High Court. So you're now in possession of a High Court writ, which empowers us to remove assets from you unless the debt is paid.
Where we stand at the moment, you owe this money, okay?
So at the moment, it's £2,753.
So, when is court?
Okay.
When
So
I go to court?
It's been to court, mate.
Went to the county court and
I've not received any letter. I've not received any letter.
Okay. All right. They've been sent, yes. You've had numerous letters from the county court with regards to the CCJ has been issued against you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, no problem. Just send it for me letter till I'm there. You know what's going on.
Letters been sent, mate. You've
Letters been
chosen to
sent.
ignore them, right?
See, this is first not my business. I've got the proof for this one.
Show me the proof of that.
Yeah, I'm good. The proof, yeah.
Mr. Palisi now claims that he doesn't own the car wash, but the case notes say otherwise.
Can you come in inside?
Of course we can.
Open the car wash. Open the car wash, please.
Once inside, Mr. Palisi does a U-turn and now seems to want to cooperate.
I give you £1,000 today.
Can't accept £1,000, mate. It needs to be the full balance, okay?
I have to be borrowed someone, huh?
Okay, perfect.
Be straight away.
Mr. Palisi gets a colleague of his, Hassan, on the line.
Jak Hasan Can, başı bırakam. Sarek şkavale o peştelik nadı dibo mahkama. Vallahi sağla be paraga full be. Paraga full neyi dera pe udahin. Baş ठीक है ज़्यादा हल नहीं आत. Paraga हम बरे बाबरों.
يعني كبار
2553 पाउंड वस्ता ससवश पेज.
لا ببكير رشوة ببكير رشوة
Jak Hasan Can? اسا پاره یانا من بدوای بوشیکم برو پارم لتو ناوه کاکا خوب قرزقم لتوم ناو مرحبا شناکم به همو تمنم خوا حافظ به
There's no offer of help from Hassan, but Mr. Polisi now seems determined to fully cooperate.
Just 2 seconds. I'm calling everyone. Right now, cash. I'm giving.
You're gonna pay, mate, do you?
Yes, I'm gonna pay for you guys.
Okay.
Mr. Polisi calls another of his contacts.
Galicia, والله فريام تو. هذا بچاکی به بخرابی به هموش قربو گوگمو. والله يقدر يروح ولا من أجل وزارة القصيم بيتي من حتى حوقش ممنوع بس شو ساعتيش بارجة ديمو. باش هيك دقة. You want to go to bank? He's put money in the bank.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Could you give me your bank detail? I will send you the money to your bank.
Yeah, how long will that be, sir?
20 minutes? My friend, just send me your bank detail to this number.
Okay, I'll get him to text you all the details now, right, mate? Thank you.
Mr. Polisi's contact has agreed to make a payment of £1,500, but there's still just over £1,200 outstanding. Gareth turns up the pressure.
It's not in our account by past.
What time is it?
It's now 10 past. We are going to remove assets from you, eh?
Okay.
The deadline is set. Mr. Polisi goes off to raise the rest of the cash. And all the agents can do now is wait.
A large part of my job is working on gut instinct. And whenever somebody tells me they're going to get their money, if I got a negative gut instinct, then I won't let them do it. But if I can see they're being genuine and honest with me and they actually do want to pay their debt, I'll give them that one chance. If they take that one chance and pay, then perfect.
Just as the time limit expires,
Here he is. 31.
Mr. Polisi returns.
Hi, mate. We got the money on you?
Yeah.
He's been able to raise the balance of the money he owes in cash.
Thanks, buddy. You're a gentleman.
I'm going to promise to you guys, yeah, I'll pay.
Just then, his friend sends confirmation that he's paid the £1,500 he promised.
Now we're talking. It's all in, buddy. There's your receipt for the £1,200. Do you want a copy of the High Court writ?
Yeah, please. Because I'm going to take them back to High Court for myself. Maybe you guys, I send you back to bring them money for me.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm blaming this guy when he's trying to... He's put me to this position.
Take it easy, my friend.
See you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a good result for the agents.
That job could have been so much easier.
So much easier.
Yeah, he's a result for us again, but I'm happy with that.
Gareth and Mitch got a result in a tricky situation. But in Max and Steve's next case,
You going to come and answer the door?
a businessman in denial
There's an outstanding balance, sir. Why can't you pay it?
Doesn't matter.
gives the agents the runaround.
You can't get in by force,
Okay.
so
Is
we're
that
not going to
correct?
let you in.
Recent research from a leading financial institution has shown that more than half of all self-employed people in the UK are seriously worried about their finances. Nearly 1 in 5 earn less than £500 a month, while almost 2/3 report extended periods when they're not earning. High Court enforcement agents Max Carraher and Steve Pinner are in Edgware, North London. They have a writ to collect over £4,000 owed by a second-hand car dealer to a dissatisfied customer.
Right, Steve, we are off to see MS UK Limited, and we're looking to collect £4,372.86. Car dealers, director's name is Mashid Siamaki.
Nice houses, aren't they?
Very, yeah.
It seems Mr. Siamaki sold a faulty car to the claimant, but then failed to reimburse her. The case was escalated to the High Court, and a notice of enforcement was sent to Mr. Siamaki's home, where he's known to be trading cars.
Should we have a check before
Yeah.
we do it?
Before they go and speak to the debtor, the agents do a quick search on his website to see whether he has any current stock they could use as leverage.
6 cars listed. Beamers, Audis.
Let's go see.
Let's give him a knock.
It appears there are plenty of assets that could be seized, but first Steve and Max need to see whether Mr. Siamaki is willing to pay up.
Hello, here to see Mashid Siamaki.
Who's there?
It's enforcement agents here with a High Court writ. Thank you.
He's on the phone telling him you better come home.
Madam, are you going to come and answer the door?
There's still no answer. But then a man arrives.
Hello. Hello, sir. Are you Mr. Siamaki?
Who is this?
Mashid Siamaki.
No, he's not here.
He's not here. We've been told this is his property.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yes. We have a High Court writ, sir. Is that yourself?
Well,
Are you Mashid?
what is it regarding?
Are you Mashid?
I'm not, no.
Okay, then I can't show you this paperwork unless you work for MS.
Well, she's not going to let you in, so nice to meet you.
So you are Mashid.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. We're not leaving, sir.
Well, stay here as long as you want. You can't get in by force.
Okay.
So
Is
we're
that
not going to
correct?
let you in,
Okay.
and I know everything about it. So you
Okay.
can leave, okay?
We're not going to leave.
Stay here.
I'm going to stay here.
Stay here.
Okay.
Some debtors do believe that they can outsmart the system. So, and then all of a sudden then you have to start to dig your heels in and say at the end of the day, this is what we're sent to do. Well, let's see who's going to win here, us or you.
It's clear that the man is the debtor the agents are looking for.
Are you going to deal with this, or are you just going to run away from it?
I'm going to be around, but I'm not going to let you in.
There's an outstanding balance, sir. Why can't you pay
It
it?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No. It's between me and them, okay?
It's not, unfortunately. The High Court's involved now.
Oh, man, I'm
Yes.
not going to let you in.
Yeah.
I know everything about it.
Is there any way you can make the payment?
No.
We're going round in circles here, okay?
I'm sorry. I don't want to be
you-
nasty, but that's what...
You got 6 cars listed. I'm going to find the cars.
The cars are all sold. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to find the cars and take them.
Nice to meet you.
I'll find them.
Sorry, man.
When a debtor looks at me in the eye and refuses to pay, I don't have any respect for them, particularly if they're almost laughing and joking about it. And this is how to make me think outside the box and really go that extra mile. I've got a point to prove.
With Mr. Siamaki adamant he won't pay, the agent's only option is to seize his stock.
We need to find those assets, don't we?
Knowing that he trades from his house, the agents suspect his stock is parked nearby. Max copies down details of the cars listed for sale on his website, and the agents set off to find them.
We're on the lookout for basically silver and black BMs and Audis.
White one?
White, yeah, we haven't got any white.
Then Steve spots an Audi.
It's an Audi, isn't it? 06?
DU06, that's it. That's a vehicle listed on their website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clamp it?
Clamp it immediately, yeah.
Max goes to clamp the vehicle.
told him I'd find his cars.
And goes to check how much Mr. Siamaki is selling it for on his website.
See how much he wants for the 06 plate Audi. £4,000.
Doesn't quite cover it.
Doesn't quite cover it. Certainly take a
big chunk out of it, yeah.
The agents now have a valuable asset they can seize. But before they call recovery, Max and Steve drive back round to Mr. Siamaki's to give him one last chance to pay.
Okay, sir, if you don't want to come and speak to me, that's fine. Is there any way you can make the payment? We are going to remove the Audi A4. So please come and speak to me, or...
Nothing belong to MS UK Limited.
Okay, have you got any documents to show me? I don't want to remove it, but unless I see some documents, it will be going.
The agents can only take vehicles belonging to the business named on the writ. So to stop the Audi being removed, Mr. Siamaki has to prove it's not a company asset.
That's a private car.
He shows them a registration document.
But as a trader, you would understand that this is only proof of registration.
This document is not proof of ownership.
Not a registered keeper.
It is. What you've seen, what you need to see, right?
No, I asked for proof of ownership.
That's proof of ownership.
Read the line out for me. This document is not proof of ownership.
Invoice plus the tax.
Can I see the invoice?
It's the invoice which is
That's the proof of ownership. Are you going to show me it, sir? You're not? Would you like to empty out the vehicle, because I have to remove it? I don't want to, but you're forcing my hand. I'm doing HPI.
Yeah.
The onus of proof is what the law requires for us to remove goods or take control of. Somebody has to prove that they own or do not own an item. If they can't, then we are allowed to take it. The onus of proof is not on the enforcement agents, it's on the defendant.
With the debtor refusing to show them any evidence that the Audi doesn't belong to his company, Max calls the office for a vehicle check to see whether the car is free of finance.
Hi Helen, can I get an HPI on the following vehicle please?
Yeah.
Delta Uniform 06.
Okay, I've got an Audi A4 S-Line, free of finance.
Yep.
Roughly around 1,500.
1,500?
Wow.
It seems the Audi is worth a lot less than the £4,000 Mr. Siamaki was selling it for. But as it's the only vehicle the agents have been able to find, Max requests a recovery truck.
He won't show me any proof of ownership. We've got that vehicle seized at the moment. Can we look at removing that vehicle, please?
Yeah, I'll get on that now.
Thanks very much.
"90 minutes later, the recovery vehicle arrives. The Audi will be sold at public auction. But as it's worth less than a quarter of what Mr. Siamaki owes, the agents will be back.
Fortunately, it's not over for him yet, because that isn't going to cover the full balance. We'll keep coming back and finding his vehicles.
Slowly, one by one.
Yeah.
Research has shown that nearly half of all the small businesses launched in the UK every year fail within the first 5 years. More than 16,500 companies in England and Wales entered insolvency in 2016. This was 2,000 more than 2015. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Failsworth, Manchester, to recover nearly £5,000 owed by a blinds and shutters supplier to a dissatisfied customer.
Sun's out, and you've dragged me out.
To Manchester.
Why? Why?
Shutters Inc., my friend, a business.
And we're going for an outstanding balance today of £4,940.
On arrival, the shop, Shutter Sink, appears to be closed.
Is there anyone inside?
No, it's in darkness.
The agents look for another way in.
This is a side entrance.
But this door is also locked. Stuart phones the owner, Cerise Blakely.
Hello there, my name's Mr McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. At the moment, Cerise, okay, we're here to collect a balance of £4,940.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen,
So, what's going to happen now is, Cerise, okay, I'm going to get a locksmith, okay, and then we're going to force entry into the property to collect goods in receipt of the value of, okay? So,
there isn't anything in there of that money.
Cerise, it's been transferred to the High Court now, okay, so it's out of the
I don't
court's hands.
understand what you're talking about, mate.
As Cerise won't talk to Stuart, Vic calls her straight back.
My name is Mr. Victor. I work with Mr. McCracken, the High Court enforcement agent. Okay, but who else runs the shop if you're not here?
Nobody. I can't afford to pay my bills. I've had loads of people not paying me. You give me 2 minutes to let me ring you back then, so I'm composed myself, because at the moment I'm crying.
Oh, the shutter's gone down.
Who's closing your shop's shutter? As we speak, someone is closing your shop's shutter. You've just told me you've got no staff.
I haven't got any staff.
So who's closing the shutter?
You know what? I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, okay. We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
That's good.
Moments later, the shutters open again.
Back again. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Has to remain open though.
There's someone inside the shop.
Can't hear you, mate. I can't hear you.
Oh, mate, you alright? You sure on her way down? Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Do you know how long she'll be?
Then Cerise arrives.
You alright?
I'll
Right.
let you in and
Yeah.
I'll have a chat with you.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Who's who?
Stuart.
I'm Stuart, that's Vic.
Hi, I'm Cerise.
Hi, Cerise. Pleased to meet you, Cerise. Okay.
Let's go inside. What can you pay today?
The
So can
company's
you call...
got no money in it. It's 15 grand overdraft, so it's fucking totally empty. What's happened is, basically with the e-commerce side of things,
Yeah.
people expect more. I've not been able to collect 28 grand's worth of money.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's clear that Cerise's business has fallen on hard times. But the agents are duty-bound to get this case resolved one way or another.
Everything in here, the computers, the desks, the shutters, the stock in the back, all that will be removed, and it will be removed in the next hour. So you need to see what you can do to try and raise something, okay? So we're either here to collect payment or remove goods.
Cerise is facing a crisis. If she can't raise enough money to satisfy the claimant, her business could be at serious risk. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Failsworth, Manchester, to collect almost £5,000 from a company supplying blinds and shutters.
Is there anyone inside?
No, it's in darkness.
At first, shop owner Cerise Blakely wouldn't cooperate.
I don't understand what you're talking about, mate.
And when she arrived, she claimed she couldn't pay.
Company's got no money in it. It's 15 grand overdraft.
But the agents made it clear they would be removing goods if she didn't try to raise some funds.
The stock in the back, all that will be removed, and it will be removed in the next hour.
Now Stuart and Vic hope that starting an inventory of goods in the shop might prompt Cerise to make a payment.
Oh, I take it this is the stock, is it?
Yeah. This is all fucking mismeasures.
Yeah. What, you saying this is stuff that's been cancelled?
It's mismeasures. It's worth firewood.
It appears that the stock is of low value. Stuart and Vic would have to clear most of the shop to offset the £5,000 debt.
That table there, the black one,
yeah,
that's like 150 quid retail.
That table will get about 20 quid at auction.
Oh, it's just awful, that.
I know.
So I've bought that.
But then Cerise reveals something that could stop the agents in their tracks.
At the moment, the company's going into liquidation. Right?
Is it in liquidation, or are you
Yeah.
planning to go in liquidation?
No, it's started.
Has it gone through court?
Well, it's not. No, it's on the
Okay.
process.
It's a process.
I've never done it before.
It's a process then.
Right.
It appears that the company isn't in liquidation yet, so the writ can still be enforced. But Cerise's time to raise some funds is running out.
If you can tell me 100% today you can't pay, right? Then we have to take goods. I don't want to take your
No,
goods.
it's all right. I want you'll have to. I've got nothing else.
Are you sure?
With Cerise adamant she can't pay, Stuart calls for recovery.
Hi mate, you alright? We need a 7.5 tonne for the weight, with all the shutters and everything, because there is quite a lot of stock. Alright, see you later. Bye bye. Right, auctioneers are on their way.
Cerise's friend arrives to offer moral support.
Need to make you aware, because the goods have been seized, I'll have to turn the phones off. If you've got a mobile, you can make a phone call on. They've been seized.
But the situation is taking its toll.
Yeah, time's run out now.
Oh, fuck off. Stop repeating it, please. I know the time's run out.
I think to a lot of people, when we do take control of goods, especially in a commercial premises, it really is the end of the line. And I think people just want it done as quickly as possible, and then they can move on with their lives and try and figure out how do they move on. But sadly, we're in that job where we do see people that have literally lost everything.
30 minutes later, the recovery vehicles arrive.
Hello!
Yeah,
How you keeping? You alright?
Regulars now.
In you go. Help yourself. Right, what we've got is everything here, basically. There's stock here, there's blinds, custom blinds, and then through here, there's all the stock in here, all through here. I mean, there's just loads of it. Everything, yeah. Then just the basic computer stuff, desks.
Right.
Yeah.
But seeing her stock being taken away is too much for Cerise.
Right, well, I need time out, mate, so I need a break. You'll be alright? I'm going to go get McDonald's or something.
I think she's past caring, isn't she? I think she's had enough of the business, maybe.
Yeah, no, she's had enough of the business. It's on the front. And I did say to her, look, the High Court will just turn it off.
The agents complete the removal in Cerise's absence.
I'm just putting everything in here, mate, and then they can decide what's what. Can you just give me a quick scribble for yourself as well, mate?
Glad to be of service.
The stock and office equipment will be sold at auction. But if the sale doesn't cover the almost £5,000 debt, the agents will be back.
Oh, Vic, another day, another removal.
Yeah, another day, another dollar.
Tomorrow at 8, Dean and Alex aim to prove life in Britain's Benidorm is anything but a drag as the new series of bargain-loving Brits in Blackpool continues. Coming up, how do you cope knowing you were one of the lucky ones when you feel anything but? The Moors Murderers Left Me for Dead is next.
Threats.
Slap him in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes. Anger.
Don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find £2,000 within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK,
Can somebody come to the door, please?
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
We need immediate police assistance.
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
They'll take it away. Over the first half of 2017, the number of county court judgments issued against individuals rose to the highest level seen in over a decade. Nearly 600,000 judgments were issued during this period, a 40% increase from the previous year. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Cardiff, South Wales.
Spoiling, but
they're here to recover a debt of over £2,500 owed in unpaid parking fines.
We're going to visit Mr. J. Martin.
The case began when Mr. Martin left a car park without paying.
Quit.
Now he must pay the money he owes in full today in either cash or goods. The agents immediately spot a valuable asset.
Nice wheels.
Nice car.
If the Bentley on the driveway belongs to Mr. Martin, it could be seized if he can't or won't pay today.
Do you think he's inside?
No, I think he's out.
Although the house is unlocked, no one appears to be in, so the agents turn their attention to the Bentley. And they're in for a surprise.
Who leaves their Bentley open on their drive?
Bentley open?
Yeah. I just can't believe someone would leave a Bentley on their drive unlocked in the middle of a city, just asking for it to be nicked, really, you know?
Mitch takes a look inside to see whether he can find any evidence that the car belongs to the debtor.
Mr. Martin.
Good boy. I knew there was a reason why he worked with that.
The trade cards are for Mr. Martin's roofing business, evidence that the car could belong to him. Gareth starts an online vehicle check and gets an unexpected result.
That registration number is registered to the BMW 318. I shouldn't be on a road with that, it's registered to a different car.
It seems that the number plate is registered not to the Bentley, but to a white BMW. But then Mitch spots something.
Was that BM there? Has that always been there?
It appears the agents are being watched.
So we've just done a search on the plates on the Bentley. He's coming back as a white BMW. And funny enough, across the road, it's been a white BMW M Sport parked up watching us. So I think that's the debtor, so I'm going to go and confront him now. Jonathan, mate, is it?
I'm just dropping him off to work, yeah.
I think it's Jonathan Martin, mate, to be honest.
Who's that?
Don't know. Do you have any idea on you, mate?
Do you know what, mate? I'm going to show you.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
The man inside the BMW isn't Mr. Martin.
Spidey senses was going on.
Yeah.
The guy showed ID to prove he's not a debtor. Why has he been sat there for the last 10 minutes watching us?
The case is taking a complicated turn. But as Gareth suspects that changing number plates could be an offence, he calls for police assistance.
Hello, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Wonder if we can have police assistance, please. We've just found a car on the drive with false plates on it. We've also got somebody parked across the road just watching us. Just wonder if we can have a police officer for assistance, please.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Any job can be extraordinary. There's so many twists and turns, just never know what's going to happen. So you've always got to have your wits about you. I'd like to say that you've learned from experience, but this job is a constant learning curve because every single job is different.
With the police coming, the BMW drives away. And just moments later, another man approaches the agents.
What's your name, buddy?
Kevin Martin.
Kevin Martin. Look for Mr. J. Martin, yeah, Jonathan.
It was ready to eat.
Can I tell you? Are you Jonathan?
No, I know. I'm his brother.
The man, Kevin Martin, says he'll deal with the writ on his brother Jonathan's behalf. But the agents need the debtor's permission before they can discuss the writ.
If we get Jonathan on the phone, if he tells us we can speak to you, we'll tell you.
Hello. This is John Martin.
Hey, John, all right? Okay, we're High Court enforcement agents. We're a High Court writ against you.
I'm his brother.
You help me off your brother to sort this out. Yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah, perfect. Thanks, mate.
All right.
So you're in possession of a High Court writ.
What do I do here now?
Two options, mate. The debt can either get paid or we're going to be lifting this car. So at the moment the debt starts at £2,269.05.
Well, all over £1 parking ticket per day. I don't know how I'm going to pay this.
He can pay it over the phone.
Can you give a bill slightly check?
No, it's the only thing we don't accept is cheques.
Let me see what the camera.
While Kevin tries to arrange payment, Gareth wants to find out whether he's got any connection to the man in the white BMW.
Where have you come from, lad?
What's that got to do with this?
Just taking interest, that's all.
You're not. Where have you come from? No. That's a leading question. It's a loaded gun.
It's a loaded gun.
It's not a loaded gun. It's just fucking shit. Just clip the clap, Charles. I'll give you the money, that's it.
This routine case is turning out to be anything but straightforward. With no sign of the debtor and with his brother becoming agitated, it will take all of Gareth and Mitch's experience to get the £2,500 they came for. Gareth Short and Mitch Starr were in Cardiff, Wales, to recover a debt of over £2,500 owed in unpaid parking fines by Jonathan Martin.
I think he's out.
The debtor didn't appear to be in, but the agents found that the valuable Bentley outside was unlocked. Then Gareth discovered that the car's number plate had been swapped with another vehicle.
That registration number is registered to a BMW 318.
The agents called the police.
Police assistance, please.
Then a man arrived.
What's your name, buddy?
Kevin Martin.
Kevin Martin. Look for Mr. J. Martin, me, Jonathan.
I'm his brother.
And became agitated with the agents.
This is fucking shit. Just clip the clap, Charles. I'll give you the money, that's it.
Now, Gareth and Mitch must try to get this complicated case back on track.
You can pay over the phone if needs be, mate. He hasn't got to be here, yeah?
Kevin phones his brother Jonathan again.
Look, I'm trying to sort it out for you, right? Right, I can give you £1,000.
Okay, we're half here then.
And then when he comes back on the 26th, he said he'll pay you.
Jonathan has offered £1,000 today and the balance paid off in 3 weeks' time. But the agents are duty-bound to try and get payment in full today.
We can't wait, unfortunately. So we're commanded by the High Court to come and collect the full balance or remove assets. We'll be the most patient men in the world, mate. If we've got to wait for half an hour or something.
You won't get £2,500 a day.
Okay, so
leave it at that.
All right, so we'll have to take the car then.
Despite the fact that the Bentley has a false number plate, if it belongs to the debtor, it can still be seized. But Kevin has other ideas.
That's not even his car.
We've got reason to believe it is.
We fake cards in there, mate, all sorts in there.
That's in Yvonne's name.
If we get proof of that, then we leave it.
It is in her name.
Yeah, we obviously to do a job, we need to see proof for that.
Do you want to see the logbook?
Logbook's not proof.
What's proof then?
It's the original sales invoice, so...
She got a receipt, probably.
She got that, then we leave it.
Yeah, but she's in Spain.
Kevin claims that the car doesn't belong to his brother, but without proof, the agents could seize it.
She'll have 7 days proof ownership then before we sell it.
With the car at risk of being removed, Kevin gets back on the phone.
I'm calling for the police now.
He claims to be calling the police, but Gareth has spotted something.
I think she was born yesterday, man.
It seems that Kevin's phone is actually switched off.
Perhaps what you should do is, if you ring 999 on your phone instead of just pretending, you'll speak to the police now. Wasn't born yesterday, mate.
No, I didn't. I didn't go before. I just told them by ear then, mate.
Ah, right, okay. They always have an inkling if somebody's telling me the truth or not, or if they're hiding the truth. And that's when I'll start to drill down and find ways of getting the truth out of them. If that person's not the debtor, then it is obviously a lot harder. But then it's a bit of a cat and mouse game, to be honest with you.
40 minutes after Gareth called them, the police arrived.
Here's your phone, mate, is it?
No, I have phoned them.
It is, mate. This is your goods, mate.
After seeing the High Court writ, the officer is keen to have a word with Kevin Martin.
Do you have any idea on the job? How far you've been? You've got a driver license with a quick ID on?
But then suddenly, Kevin flags down a passing van.
Oh, whoa! Right, I've got with these, I'll be back.
With Kevin gone, the policeman makes a surprising claim.
I've reason to believe he's given me enough details and he's the person who the court warrants for. That's probably why he's disappeared.
It seems the man the agents have been dealing with could actually be the debtor, Jonathan Martin, after all.
I've got an officer on the way down here knows who was going to identify him.
Some debtors do think we was born yesterday. I'm very stupid. And I do find that a bit of an insult sometimes. But unfortunately, that's the way they're dealing with the situation. So what you do need to do then is start drilling down on the truth, because ultimately the truth will come out in the wash.
5 minutes later, another officer arrives and shows Gareth a picture of Jonathan Martin.
That was the guy who was here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was it.
Is that him, is it? Yeah. Thanks for that.
Dealt with him several times.
Is he wanted by you as well, is he?
With the man's true identity confirmed by the police, Gareth's keen to know if they're planning on taking any action over the swapped number plate.
Is that car going to go, or...?
We've no power to remove at the moment.
No.
It's parked on the drive. Although it's no insurance.
Yeah.
We can't remove it off the drive, we'll have to install it. We're going to do some further checks on it.
Appreciate that, guys, anyway. Thank you very much.
It appears that keeping a car on a driveway with false number plates isn't unlawful, but driving one on a public highway is. With the Bentley now on the police radar, they leave. But just then, another man arrives.
Right, mate.
And makes a surprising offer.
I have to pay John's bill. I just asked me to come and pay off for the so we can take the car.
Well, you're going to pay his bill, mate, yeah?
There's 1,500 quid there.
Cool.
And then the other £769 on a card. And then, does that stay there then?
If it's all paid, mate, that car stays there.
The man doesn't say what his connection is to Jonathan Martin, but he produces £1,500 in cash and pays the remaining balance by card.
76905.
Yeah.
Happy with that? Well, not really you, but...
That don't make a difference to me.
No.
No, all sorted. Sorry about that, mate. Cheers, thank you very much.
You take care, buddy. All the best.
Thanks to the mystery donor, Jonathan's debt is paid off in full.
Done our job, mate.
Happy days.
But just before Gareth and Mitch leave, a familiar van approaches.
There he is, boys. There he is, jumping out as well.
The man the police identified as the debtor has returned.
What did the police woman say?
She said you were Jonathan, though.
Yeah, I know.
You are now?
Yeah. Do you know when she went there and she said he's not coming back, did she?
Don't know.
With Jonathan now being honest with the agents, Gareth wants to find out more about the debt.
How did you get that, mate?
My brother, he had no money on him. So the yellow arm comes up,
Aye.
the car goes out, he went right up the arse of an out car, going out so we haven't got to pay the pound.
Jonathan Martin is now claiming his brother was responsible for the parking offence behind the debt.
This is it's done now and he's going to fucking pay him.
The case might have ended with yet another twist, but it's been a good result for the agents.
But for us, it's a great result. We got the case paid.
Done our job, mate.
Happy days.
Research has shown that the number of disputes between tenants and landlords over rent arrears increased by 90% last year. The average amount owed to private landlords across the UK currently stands at over £1,800, and the total amount has now exceeded £5 billion. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Milton Keynes, Buckinghamshire. They have a writ to collect a debt of over £16,000 owed to a landlord.
Who's first today then, mate? We're going to see Mr. Mark Ford and Miss Emma Jackson, who owe £16,500.
The defendants, Mark Ford and Emma Jackson, left a rented property 9 months before their tenancy agreement officially came to an end. But their landlord pursued them through the county court to get the rent the couple should have paid him for the remainder of the lease.
Dog's looking at me.
The landlord won the case, and it's now been escalated to the High Court. Today, the agents have come to the debtor's new address to get the debt paid off in full. With no one answering, Matt checks around the back. Finding an open door, he makes peaceful entry.
Hello? Hello?
And it appears someone is home after all.
High Court enforcement.
How'd you get in?
Who'd up?
Mark, is it? Yeah. Hi, Mark. My name's Gary. It's Matthew, both High Court enforcement agents. Reference a High Court writ for £16,479.16. Okay. What's it about? The old place that we used to rent, and we had to move out. Okay. Because the boiler was broken. There was no hot water. And they wanted to charge us for the end of until they went to the end of the tenancy.
All right.
I have contacted the board.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. You put an appeal in, didn't you?
Yeah, appeal in, yeah.
And that was dismissed, yeah?
No, it's been, they lost the paperwork for it.
It's been dismissed. It's on the notes.
I haven't been informed.
Okay, well it has.
So where we are today, so we stand at £16,479 per year. Can you pay that today? What about Emma, sir? Has she got any funds?
But Emma's in Spain. I can give her a number if you want a number.
Matt gives Emma a call. But with Emma out of reach, Mr. Ford must now deal with this debt on his own.
If you can raise funds.
I've got nothing at all. I lost my business in the last 6 months, and I've put everything into it, and I've lost everything.
Okay.
That's the situation.
All right, sir.
People will open up and tell us the story on why they've not paid it, what's happened in the past. You know, we'll always listen to them. We are humans. We'll always understand the situation they're in. You do feel sorry for them, but we're only there doing a job. It's nothing personal.
With no offer of payment, the agents must now start an inventory of seizable assets.
TV.
And Gary immediately spots a set of keys.
So is that named on some paperwork somewhere, the vehicle?
Yes.
You have that paperwork?
I haven't got the paperwork right now.
No, it'll be seized, unfortunately.
Until Mr. Ford proves that the Mercedes doesn't belong to him personally, it can be seized to offset the debt. But as it's worth only £1,000, a fraction of the £16,000 owed, the agents must continue to search for assets of value in the house. And upstairs in the Home Office, Matt's in for a surprise.
That feels right, that does.
He's found what appears to be a Rolex watch. If genuine, it could be worth in excess of £5,000. But the agents don't know whether it's real or fake.
I can never tell, to be fair.
I can. It's normally the weight, mate. For the weight on that.
Yeah, it is heavy, like.
But then, in a drawer, Matt finds yet another luxury watch.
That's a tag here.
It's a feel like it. I'll keep searching.
With another watch found, the agents continue their search.
Yeah, I found another watch, another Rolex.
Some Armani as well.
And it soon becomes apparent that Mr. Ford is a serious collector of luxury watches.
That was my hobby.
Armani, Swarovski.
Cartier.
So you got Tag Heuer, Monaco.
The agents have now found 7 designer watches. If they're genuine, Matt and Gary could now be handling assets worth up to £10,000 or more. But they have no proof that any of them are authentic.
And Rolex, Oyster, Sea Dweller. An expensive watch is a great asset to seize. It can be of huge value. It's very easily transported. However, the pitfalls of that are that I'm not a qualified jeweller and I wouldn't know a fake Rolex from a real one if it was staring me in the face. So you're aware, Mark, these watches in this box, they are seized at the moment, all right?
But then Mr. Ford tries to stop them in their tracks.
Look at the point there, and it's off-centre. If it was Rolex, it wouldn't be off-centre.
With no expert knowledge, Matt can't tell whether Mr. Ford is telling him the truth. So he goes to speak to a colleague who has experience in this field.
Hi, mate, you okay?
Hi, mate.
You see the 9 o'clock and the 3 o'clock on the black bezel? If you push it gently, it should go down, because that's the pressure release valve on a real Rolex watch.
No, mate.
No, it's fake then.
That's no good then, yeah?
It seems that Mr. Ford was telling the truth. With the expensive Rolex confirmed as a fake, it looks like the only asset worth seizing is the car. So Matt requests a tow truck.
So you've got recovery for the vehicle coming. All right, mate, no problem. Cheers.
If you let it go to the stage where you're letting your vehicle go and you're not raising any funds at all and you're not going to come to an agreement with us, you're adding thousands of pounds more to the bill. You're going to be hit with those removal fees and storage fees and sale fees.
30 minutes later, the tow truck arrives for the Mercedes. But as its sale at auction will only clear a small part of the £16,000 Mr. Ford owes, the agents will have no option but to keep the case open, adding further fees to the debt. But then suddenly, Mr. Ford makes Matt an offer.
You've taken the car.
Yeah.
If I give you £1,000 as well.
Right. Is that what you're suggesting, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I can certainly put it to him, yeah.
After saying he couldn't pay anything, Mr. Ford has now offered £1,000. Matt calls the office to see whether this is acceptable to the claimant.
What he's suggesting is the value in the vehicle, which is obviously what we value it at, and £1,000 today, with £1,000 a month going forward. Okay, mate. Yeah, cheers. I never knock a door thinking I'd like to get a quarter of the debt or half the debt. However, sometimes, when it's not possible to collect the full amount, we need to look at an arrangement. This shows intent from the defendant, it gets a good result for the client, and it also makes them more likely to pay the rest of the remaining debt.
A few minutes later, the office calls back.
Hello, mate.
The client has agreed if we get an additional £1,000 and £1,000 a month.
Thanks, cheers.
The claimant accepts the offer.
Done.
Yeah.
Bank details?
With the £1,000 paid,
That's gone in, okay, lovely. Thanks, Rachel.
and the Mercedes ready to be sold at public auction, the case is resolved for now.
All right, mate. Sorry about the circumstances, but pleasure meeting you. Cheers.
But if Mr. Ford doesn't stick to his repayment plan, the agents will be back.
I think, Matt, we need to go on a jewellery course, don't we?
Yeah. And then maybe all paintings afterwards?
All paintings, yeah, and then sculptures.
Yeah.
Wow, that lasted 4.5 hours.
Yeah, but a good result.
Yeah, good result in the end for the client.
Very difficult one. No.
Yeah.
Matt and Gary got a result against the odds. But in Gareth and Mitch's next case,
You know Francesco, mate, yeah?
Yeah.
an aggrieved debtor
It's not fair that.
pushes their patience to the limit.
Maybe you didn't understand.
No, listen.
It's the problem, because you never the fucking mortgage.
Listen, don't start me.
No, I know, now let me start to go angry.
Research has shown that nearly 3/4 of people in the UK come up against unforeseen expenses at least once a year. However, 4 in 10 have less than £100 put aside to cope with unexpected bills, and nearly 17 million people in the UK are at risk of getting into debt due to their low levels of savings. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Swindon, Wiltshire, to collect a debt of over £2,000.
I went to visit a guy called Francesco Macronelli. Italiano.
The agents don't know how the debt arose, but they've been given some information about the debtor, Mr. Macchiarelli.
The only notes we got is he used to be a private taxi driver, and now he's a chef, apparently.
Italian chef.
Taxi driver.
Good mix on this.
As Gareth and Mitch approach the address on the writ, they see 2 men leaving the estate.
You know Francesco, mate, yeah? High Court Enforcement Agents we are. Show you some ID. Should we go and have a chat in your house, is that alright?
Yeah.
Francesco seems keen to cooperate. He and son Michael invite the agents in.
So, a county court judgment was entered against you, sir, on the 12th of the 4th, 2017. With regards to the amount of money you owed, they've then transferred it to the High Court. So we're now in possession of a High Court writ to enforce against you.
What's about that?
You say you've not received any letters whatsoever, is it?
No.
Have you ever owed any rent, sir? Any business debts, anything like that you can think of?
No.
Numerous letters have been sent from the county court for you. We also sent you a letter that looked exactly like that.
Honestly, I've never received it.
With Francesco claiming he knows nothing about the debt, Gareth calls the office to get more information.
I am unpaid garage rent, the other lock up, you didn't pay for it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you.
Bye. Unpaid rent for a garage or a lock-up you rented, sir.
Oh, that one.
Here we are. Pennies dropped there, yeah?
It seems Francesco does know about the case after all, and is now keen to tell the agents his side of the story.
With him, I want to give the garage back. He will give me a chance to empty the garage. And every time I said, look, I want to empty the garage, he changed the locker and forced me to pay month by month by month. That's the problem.
I'm guessing you had unpaid rent, yeah?
Yeah, I know, because I give you notice to empty the garage. So I said, look, I can't afford it to make more months on because I don't have money to pay you. £70 a month for me at the time is very high.
I'm guessing as part of your lease agreement with him, you had to give 2 months' notice.
Yeah, but if I not can afford it.
Whether you can afford it or not, you agreed to that license or
you must have signed that contract.
Whatever the rights and wrongs of the case, Francesco lost in court. Now the agents are duty-bound to get this case resolved today, one way or another.
So your debt at the moment stands at £2,234.17. Are you in a position to make payment to us?
Oh, no, unfortunately not. I lost my job. If I don't have a chance to pay today, what happened?
Assets from inside the house will be seized today, and then they will be sold at public auction within 7 days.
No, man, that's not fair.
We'll treat that as a last resort, okay? Just focus on trying to get the money first. If you say to us, all right, look, I want to make some phone calls, I want to speak to some people, I want to try and get some help, we'll be the most patient men in the world.
But instead of trying to raise funds, Francesco seems intent on arguing about the writ.
What he's done, for me, is not fair.
Did he formally give you notice in to say you want to give you 2 months' notice?
I tell you twice, so many times.
Did he formally do that?
Yeah, voice by voice.
You should by paper.
I'm guessing part of your contract would say you'd have to do it formally.
Because unfortunately, I can write English because I'm Italian.
So whenever we knock at the defendant's door, it's potentially going to be the worst day of the year, maybe potentially their life. And the first thing they want to do is just get aggravated. Obviously, that's counterproductive for us. We don't want that to happen. So what we normally try and do is let the debtor have 5 to 10 minutes worth of kicking off, and then we try and bring him back down to level.
The agents have been in the house for almost 20 minutes, when suddenly Francesco's son, Michael, makes an offer.
I have 400 or something. Yeah, but that's without money.
If you
that is not fair. You see, that's the problem.
But Francesco is still disputing the court judgment.
I asked him to stop the agreement. I want to pay all the rest. At the time, he said £400. Instead, him charging more and more and more. If him let me empty the garage, instead to put more on top, on top, on top. He said, non rompere l'anima. Go upstairs, don't worry, I sort this one.
With Francesco's wife now involved, Michael tries to calm his father down.
There's no point you keep saying the story.
It's not fair, it's not fair that.
It's not fair.
Hey, if I tell you I can afford you.
Sir, your son's speaking a bit of sense here. Do you want to go in the kitchen?
Maybe you don't understand. That's the problem, because you have the fucking money.
Hey, so don't sweat me.
No, now I'm starting to go angry. Because I tried to stop.
Shouting and screaming is not going to help you, sir, okay?
I know, but...
Do you want to go in the kitchen and have a chat with your son?
No.
We often get debtors and defendants who are just fixed on why they're in that problem in the first place. But I'm there to get a result. So what I try and do is listen to their story, but bring them back down to the ground and say, I'm not there to deal with disputes, unfortunately. The county court judge has already agreed that you owe this money. So there's no point having a go at me about it. You might as well work with me.
With the situation at a stalemate, the agents have to make it clear that despite his argument with the claimant, the writ is live and must be enforced today.
Can you see why we're here?
Yeah, I know.
Perfect, okay. So we're going around in circles at the moment. I definitely sympathise with you saying you lost your job, but unfortunately we've got a High Court writ to enforce. So that's £2,234.17 is paid to us. We can look to remove assets.
Yeah, I know.
Which is the last thing we want to do.
But just then, Francesco receives a call.
Just one second. Oh, Christian. Sono qui con un grande problema. Puoi venire un minuto a casa? Manager called me, and now he's come and tried to sort out.
So you got a family member on the way, have you?
Yeah.
So we need 1,800. If there's nothing comes that he can't help, can we do a couple more phone calls just to see if we can?
If you want to make phone calls, we'll happily wait.
You want to believe or not, I don't care. You just come here, want to take my stuff off.
No, that's the last thing I want to do.
No, he's come here to do his job.
But despite his son and now another relative trying their hardest to help, Francesco is not backing down.
The bastard? Yeah, but because you have a fucking money.
Just stop shouting.
No, because
You need to calm down and listen to your son, so he's speaking some sense there.
No, because the fucking bastard, because you have the fucking money, do whatever he wanted. Yeah, but steal the money for the poor people. I don't have any help at all.
I understand your stress, but you need to calm down, take a breath, have a cup of tea. And
No. Be honest with you, I tell you, if I see that guy on the road, I don't know what's going on.
Well, you're going to get yourself in trouble then. You're going to end up at the back of a police van.
But then Francesco's nephew, Christian, arrives.
Quanti soldi ci vuoi? Sempre proprio 1.800 sterline.
Yes. To a point, he'll pay
Voi stiamo pagare assieme.
Christian agrees to help pay off his uncle's debt.
There's 481 into your account, and the rest will pay it.
Along with nearly £500 from his son and the rest from his nephew, Francesco's debt is paid off in full.
It's a good thing you came when we were leaving, because otherwise...
Couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I'm not expected, honestly.
But it seems that the agent's visit shouldn't have been a complete surprise for Francesco.
Yeah, another day, and I said, what's going on with your garage?
Listen to your wife.
But what?
She knew something was going to happen. How do I say thank you in Italian?
Grazie.
Grazie.
I know it's a very good boss.
Yeah, he's a good boy, yes. On a daily basis, we see the bank of mum and dad coming into the rescue. It's not very often we see the sons and the daughters coming in to bail the parents out. But it's a nice sight to see. Your parents have brought you up all your life, so the least you can do is help them out in their time of need.
Half an hour after they first arrived, the case is fully resolved.
There we are, that's us done.
Yep.
Francesco, hopefully you won't see each other again now, yeah?
I hope not.
Just make sure you sort this out properly, listen to your son, keep him in line, right? Michael, thanks, buddy.
Michael, it's been a pleasure, mate. Good work. It shows how much family can mean to you sometimes. The son and the nephew pulling together to get the dad out of trouble was brilliant. It's nice to see that you can always rely on family.
A recent survey from a leading youth charity reveals that a quarter of adults under 30 in England and Wales resort to borrowing to make ends meet. Nearly half of all young adults are running out of cash each month, while over 1 in 10 have had to skip meals due to financial difficulties. 5:30 p.m. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Great Barr, Birmingham. They're here to collect a debt of almost £6,000 owed to a lettings agency by one of their former tenants.
We're going to see a Mr. Charanjit Bato. He owes £5,883.57. It's either going to be rent left outstanding when he left or damage to the property, I would have thought.
If Mr. Bato can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to remove assets to offset the debt, including the Mini on the driveway, should it belong to him.
Looks almost empty, doesn't it?
The house is unlocked, but nobody seems to be in. But then a man arrives.
You alright, buddy? You're moving into it?
I am going to be moving the house, but obviously you lot outside is making me kind of worried, so...
Well, we're High Court enforcement agents here looking for a Mr. Charanjit Patel.
Sorry?
Charanjit Patel. Alright.
Okay. Not what I'm aware of.
No? Okay.
The man claims he doesn't know the debtor the agents are looking for, but he's clearly unsettled by their presence.
I don't want no one going in there breaking in because obviously I've got stuff inside.
Oh, so you live here then?
I'm moving softly. This is mine, so...
That's yours?
Yeah, I'll move that. That's got nothing to do with this property anyways.
Well, it is. It's part of the property, isn't it?
Well, I don't want you doing this.
Okay.
You got your logbook for it?
I ain't got my logbook on me, no, but
okay.
Your driving licence doesn't prove that's your car, sir.
But then Gary spots someone at the window.
Well, the curtain's twitching.
Is there anybody in at the moment?
No one's there. No, I'm aware of.
Well, there's just been somebody at the top window.
No, what am I on?
Suddenly the man leaves, just as someone comes to the front door.
Hello, sir. How are you? You want to talk to me?
Sorry, sir. Is that you?
Yeah.
The agents are finally face to face with the debtor, Charanjit Patel, and Gary explains why they're here.
They've took you to County Court on the 22nd December last year, escalated to the High Court for enforcement purposes.
Look, I'll be honest.
On the 13th, it's £5,883, sir.
Look, I don't even earn that much, I'll be honest with you. What's happened, it was an unpaid rent. I was going to go to Citizen Advice.
Yeah.
I only earn £700 to £900 a month.
Right.
I'll get paid tomorrow.
Right.
I couldn't even show you my bank details.
Okay.
I have literally nothing that I can give.
The writ commands me and my colleague to attend here today
I know
to either collect the money or to seize goods to value. That's what we're here to do, all right? So we'd rather not do that.
But just then, a woman comes to the door.
The car's staying where it is at the moment.
With two people now claiming to own the car on the debtor's drive, the agents don't know who is telling them the truth. It's going to take all of Matt and Gary's skills to get the £6,000 they came for. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Great Bar, Birmingham, to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed in unpaid rent.
It's almost empty.
Matt and Gary found a car on the driveway that could be seized to offset the debt. But then a man arrived and claimed he owned it.
That's got nothing to do with this property.
The debtor, Charanjit Patel, said he couldn't afford to pay.
I couldn't even show you my bank details. I have literally nothing that I can give.
But then a friend of his also claimed to own the car on the drive.
The car's staying where it is at the moment.
Now, the agents need to get to the bottom of this confusing case.
Let's do first things first. Is that your car? Have you got logbook for it or?
She's got it at home.
But before they can sort out who owns the car, the woman makes another claim.
Have you explained that before moving at the property?
Yeah.
You know what the landlord said to him? He goes, if you can move out, please, whatever you owed me, you don't need to pay.
Right. Okay.
Right. I'm not lying. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've got
No, I
evidence
don't. I
to
don't.
prove it.
I don't
You
disbelieve. I don't disbelieve you at all. Did you go to court when the county court stage?
No one didn't know nothing about it.
It seems Charanjit believed he didn't have to pay the outstanding rent. But whatever the rights and wrongs of the situation, Matt needs him to understand that the £6,000 he owes must be paid in full today.
Have you got anybody who can help you with this?
No, I'm restrained from my parents. I had no form of contact with my family or anything I could borrow money off. It's a bigger man, and I have no savings, no investment, no nothing.
It's a lot of money. I don't expect you to have that in your back pocket.
Look, I'll get paid tomorrow. Come to me tomorrow, I can promise you right now.
We've got to sort it now. You need to work with us, and you need to raise some funds. If we give you a little bit of time just to make some phone calls, take the heat off and just go and have a sit in the car for a bit while you make some phone calls. Why don't you try? You're going to have to get inventive. You have to find some way of solving that now. You've already said you've got money coming tomorrow.
Okay, let's do this. Let's take a 10-minute break.
Perfect.
The agents give Charanjit some time to see if he can raise any funds.
People who are honest, who have got nothing to hide, who will always give them that opportunity to raise that cash, no matter how long it takes. You know, we're there all day if it needs be.
The agents have now been at the property for half an hour when the man they first met returns.
Hey, then, bro. You alright, mate?
Yeah, I just had a word with DVLA.
It's not your car, is it?
That is, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, because someone else was just saying it was their car?
Yeah, it's a shared car.
Oh, it's shared.
With no clarity on who owns the car, the agents must continue to assess it for potential seizure if Charanjit can't raise any funds. But the man is clearly getting agitated.
I need to go out.
Shut up, you 2 minutes.
But I need to take my car.
Cooperate and it will happen, yeah? But panicking and everything, you're not going to get caught and they won't be able to do their job. Cooperate. Trust me.
We're trying to be as calm as possible, aren't
There
we?
you go. So if
All
they're
right.
being calm, you stay calm before it goes out of hand.
Charanjit decides to talk to his neighbour.
So let's chat with his neighbour now.
Maybe he's going to ask the neighbours to lend him the money. I don't fancy his chances, though, to be honest.
But he comes back with some news.
Yes, mate.
Someone's kindly said to me they can give me 200.
Charanjit's neighbours have agreed to go and withdraw cash to help pay his debt.
Look how kindly a neighbour said to me.
Because we've always been with our neighbours from the start.
Look at that. They went out just for me.
But the £200 on offer is still a tiny fraction of the £6,000 Charanjit owes.
We're going to need more than 200 quid.
How much do you need?
Well, as a rock bottom, you're going to need 500 quid.
Charanjit needs to raise another £300 to reach the minimum down payment Matt has asked for.
500. Listen, there's one person else.
If you really want to ask Steve.
Just ask him.
Realising he's running out of options, Charanjit makes another call.
Where's my bank card?
Why? What are you doing?
And he has good news.
He's transferring £300.
He's giving
You get your £500 today, yeah?
Okay.
A friend has agreed to lend Charanjit £300. Along with the cash from his neighbours, he's now raised the £500 needed as a down payment.
How sweet is that, man?
You can tell nice people when they've got neighbours that are willing to help
Our
out.
neighbours don't do that.
The agents now have to work out a payment plan to pay off the £5,500 balance.
And then we need to know what your proposal is. I'll have to clear the rest of it, because the last thing we want is another performance of this, do we? You know what I mean? So we need to sort it out.
Come on, baby, let's just go in.
The agents have to carefully assess Charanjit's financial situation to make sure he's able to stick to his repayments.
So we need to know what you can do with this going forward.
To be honest, it can't be like 100.
Do you work as?
Monitoring. I'm a manual monitor at home.
Right, so you're working at the minute, but only part-time from home. Is that the gist of it, yeah?
That's all I got.
So what are you suggesting monthly?
50.
Often as a High Court enforcement agent, half of your job is an enforcement agent and half of it is a social worker. We will hear the full story about what the defendant's been through recently, been through in his life, what his situation is like at the moment. What it does for us is it builds a picture of the defendant, how likely they are able to pay this debt off, and, you know, where we can go with the case next.
Charanjit's £50 a month offer is low, but Matt can see that with just a part-time job, he has little means of paying any higher.
I'll accept it provisionally because of your circumstances, all right? I can't get in touch with the clients at the minute anyway. Tomorrow, once the office is open, I'll give them a call and I'll tell them about your circumstances and show them the evidence we've seen. All right, mate, so you've got everything you need, yeah?
Yeah.
The case is resolved for now, but if Charanjit doesn't stick to his repayment plan, the agents will be back.
Lads, you've been the best.
It's been an unusual case, but thanks to the kindness of Charanjit's friends, the agents got a result.
That's from next door, can you believe that?
Nice to have nice neighbours.
You Can't Pay will take it away as back same time next week. Tomorrow night at 9, the new series of Jane McDonald and Friends continues with Tony Hadley and Shane Ward joining our songbird to belt out some great tunes. Next tonight, Paul Connolly sets out to uncover those who steal from the elderly to the tune of $7.5 million in brand new Undercover, Nailing the Fraudsters.
Threats.
Slap me in the face, you know.
Mate, if I got what it takes. Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find 2 grand within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK.
Can somebody come to the door, please?
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
We need immediate police assistance.
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. Figures from a leading debt charity show that the value of total personal debt in the UK has risen by nearly £30 billion over the first half of 2017. A third of people who took part in a recent survey have seen an increase in their debts as a result of the rising cost of living. 1 in 3 admit that they rely on credit to get by every month. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Whitefield, Manchester. They have a writ to collect a debt of just under £4,000 owed by former pub landlord Paul Kirsch to a firm of architects.
Let's go see if he's in.
Let's hope he's in.
But this isn't the first time Stuart has tried to enforce this writ. Last time, Mr. Kirsch said he couldn't pay immediately, and so was given 24 hours to clear his debt. But he didn't pay.
Beautiful house.
Let's go. Is this what they refer to as Manchester Sunshine?
Now the agents need to get this case resolved for good, one way or another. With no answer, the agents go to investigate round the back of the house.
Hello?
Finding an open door, they make peaceful entry.
Is anybody in? Hello, Mr. Kirsch. Mr. McCracken, I can't
Yeah, okay. We'll just stand outside.
No, I'll be standing here at the moment, sir.
Please, Mr. Stand outside.
No, I'll be standing at the moment, sir. Just regarding this issue, sir.
Please give his girlfriend's house. Not living here.
Despite his claims, this is where the notice of enforcement has been sent to, and where Stuart met Mr. Kirsch on his previous visit. Stuart makes his position clear.
We're here now to collect a balance of £3,916. If not, we are instructed to remove goods. I'll give you 15 minutes to try and raise the funds. If not, we will have to go around the property, sir, to...
Opportunity to ring somebody.
Yeah, do that then, no problem.
If you're not going to leave the house, sit down.
I'll be right near,
please
sir.
give me the opportunity.
Okay, I'll give you that opportunity. I'll give you 15 minutes, sir.
You can't just give me 15 minutes.
I can't do, sir.
It's not my address.
Sorry, you keep saying that.
I spoke to citizens' advice.
Yeah.
You can only take things that belong to me.
That's right, sir. Okay.
This is not my television.
Right.
This is not my couch.
Okay.
This is not my house.
Yeah.
I'm looking after the dogs.
Right,
The dog's sick and he's got it ill. So I said I'd stay with the dog.
If you want to make a phone call and arrange a payment, that will be the end of the matter.
While Mr. Kirsch starts to make some calls, Stuart hunts around for evidence that the debtor is more than just the house sitter he claims to be. But Mr. Kirsch has other ideas.
How can you go wandering into another room? Can you hear what I'm saying?
I can hear what you're saying, sir,
So why are
yes.
you stopping me from making the phone call?
I'm not stopping you at all. I'm not stopping you at all. I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping you at all. I'm not stopping you at all.
Stand there where I can
Sir,
see you.
you can see me through the window.
No, I want you to stand there. You can't just wander in somebody
Sir,
else's
right,
house.
I'm going to make it clear to you. If you're not happy with what we're doing, ring the police.
What are you doing there? How can you look at somebody else's information?
I'm trying to look, sir.
Right, please don't look at it.
I can do.
No,
Why?
you can't.
Why? What have you got to hide?
Nothing.
You've got nothing
I've
to
got
hide,
nothing to
sir?
hide.
OK, so I'll just continue having a look through here then.
You'll find that any information to do with me in this building
Yeah.
has nothing to do with me.
OK, that's fine, that's no problem at all. But sadly, I can't take your word for that.
But then Vic spots a letter in Mr. Kirsch's name, sent to this address.
Address here, Mr. Kirsch.
I told you that I've been staying with my girlfriend and I'm looking after the dog.
So you're staying here?
No, I'm not living here. It's not my address.
And here's another letter here, sir. Royal Mail. Mr.
Yeah.
Paul Kirsch. Why did your post come
Because
here?
I asked to send some post here.
Right, sir, come on.
No, I'm telling you the
Come
truth. Please, will you not continue taking the information? What are you doing?
Taking photos.
Honest to God, it's not my address.
You're digging yourself in a hole.
No,
sir.
I'm not giving myself in a
Look,
hole.
some evidence here, Paul. Let's not go around in circles. Let's get this thing sorted out, right?
I'm trying to get it sorted out!
Don't raise your
But
voice.
you're then trying to be awkward with me.
I'm not
I'm
trying to be
telling you,
awkward with
it's
you.
not my home.
Okay.
Do I stay here? Yes. Do I look after the dogs? Yes.
Does your post come here? Yes.
The agents now have good reason to believe that this is Mr. Kirsch's current home. Stuart's patience starts to run out. With the debtor getting more irate, he needs to get this case back on track.
Let's just nip it in the bud now, sir, OK? Give it till 11:15 to try and make some calls, try and get sorted out. Then
I'm trying to, but I don't feel comfortable you rooting around, and I'm telling you that I don't own this house.
Yeah, but there's
and the
plenty
property in this house does not belong to me.
OK. Right. Let's try and get it sorted, Paul.
Not answering the phone, so I can do is keep ringing.
Like I said, sir, we've still got time.
We always give the defendant time to raise the funds because it's a big shock. As you can imagine, someone knocking on your door with a piece of paper saying, if you don't pay, we will take goods away. So we always try and work with defendants, give them time to ring a family member or a friend, because we all know someone that most probably can help us.
The clock is ticking. Mr. Kirsch now has 15 minutes to find the £4,000 he owes, or the agents will have no choice but to remove any goods belonging to him from the house.
You've got the order with the value on it.
Here's a copy for you, sir.
I need to make you aware, sir, if we do start taking control of goods, the balance does go up.
I don't want you to remove the goods. I want to make the payment. Give me an opportunity to make the payment.
We are at the moment.
Right, can I give you £100?
No.
Right, what can I give you then?
The very minimum they would accept is 50%. That is £2,000. We can't put an offer forward for less than 50%. But we need to know a guarantee figure.
There's no point in ringing up a figure, sir, until you can raise it.
Up to the claimant at the end of the day to accept it.
Yeah.
I swear to you, that this debt, I have every intention of paying it because you people do not go away. You're like a rubber band. You're just going to bounce back again.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you're going to bounce and not come back is if you get paid. Right, I get that.
Defendants will throw all sorts of smoke screens at us, but once they've realised they've used all their excuses, all their reasonings, they then think, right, well, I need to try and get this sorted as quickly as possible. It can be music to our ears sometimes when a defendant says, I know it's owed, I need to raise some funds, can you give me a bit of time to try and raise something? That's something that we want to hear on every job.
Mr. Kirsch's time to raise some funds is almost up. With no sign of payment, the agent's only option is to start looking for assets to seize.
So I'm just going to go look around the property.
No, excuse me.
In regards to taking control of goods. I will be, sir.
Sir, Daniel, we're going to stop in your actions to make a payment.
Excuse me. I don't want you. You're not
So I'm
allowed
gonna
to go
do-
around.
Yeah, we are, sir.
the property.
Of course I am.
It's not your house. It's not you.
Sir.
Excuse me.
Sir.
Excuse me. Please.
Sir.
Please don't start. Please.
Sir.
Give me the opportunity to deal with the situation. I understand your sincerity of your situation.
At the
I
moment,
understand
sir,
your job,
okay.
but please don't go
So,
wandering
at
around
the
the
moment,
house.
With Mr. Kirsch now obstructing the agents from carrying out their lawful duties, the case has reached a stalemate. Stuart and Vic will have to use all their negotiating skills to get the £4,000 they came for. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Whitefield, Manchester, to collect a debt of just under £4,000.
Is this what they refer to as Manchester Sunshine?
The debtor, Paul Kirsch, claimed he didn't live at the address.
Please go to the girlfriend's house.
Then he said he couldn't pay the full amount he owed.
Can I give you £100?
No.
But when the agent started an inventory of goods, tempers started to fray.
It's not your house. It's not your...
Sir.
Excuse me.
Sir.
Excuse me, please.
Sir.
Please don't start. Please.
Sir.
Give me the opportunity to deal with the situation.
Now, Stuart must make it clear that he has every right to start listing goods for removal if Mr. Kirsch doesn't make an offer of payment.
Please don't go
So,
wandering
at
around
the
the
moment,
house.
okay, I'm here now to assess the goods.
It's not my
okay?
property.
But you're here, sir.
No,
Okay?
I'm here.
So what I'll do
Yes.
is, I'll give you another 15 minutes to try and raise the funds.
I've not got it. I've not got it. Right now.
It's 11:30 now,
I'm
so
just saying-
I'll give it till 11:45, and then we will have to do an inventory.
With a second deadline set, Stuart has given Mr. Kirsch a final chance. Raise the money now or lose any assets in the house belonging to him. Mr. Kirsch gets straight back on the phone.
Hello? Just 1 second.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's on the phone and he says that... Can you ring somebody and check that if you can accept £2,000 as a payment?
We can do, yes, that's not a problem.
So can you pay £2,000 on your behalf?
Can you pay £2,000 on my behalf? Yes, he's saying.
Okay, no problem, I'll make a quick call now. There's no signal in here, so I'll have to go outside.
The balance, can you raise it in 30 days from today?
Yeah, I've got to find £2,000 in 30 days.
So that's the offer, Stuart. £2,000 a day, balance in 30 days.
Let's see what I can do, mate. Let's see what they say.
Stuart goes outside to call the office to see if the offer of a £2,000 down payment from Paul's brother-in-law, together with an agreement to pay off the balance, is acceptable to the claimant.
His friends can pay £2,000 today. And then he's going to try and clear the balance in 30 days. Would you be able to check with the claimant, see if he'll accept that?
Yep, okay. I'll get on to the client, I'll give you a call.
No problem, mate. Speak to you shortly.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Get that.
It's very important to have a strong family network. I do feel for people that don't have that family network and don't have people to call, because you really are on your own. But on the other side of it, we're seeing more and more families coming together to try and help. Getting help from the family, it's only going to make you stronger.
15 minutes later, the office calls Vic.
2,000 today and the balance in 30 days, just to confirm. Yeah, okay, thank you very much, Mike. All right, cheers, Jay, bye-bye.
The claimant accepts the offer.
The gentleman's going to make the payment on your behalf.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you our office number and you can phone them directly. What we're saying here is basically balance of £1,916.74 to be paid by the 6th of July. You need to sign that you agree with that and that you're going to stick to it. There, sir.
Right, we'll leave you to it, Paul. Brilliant.
Thank you.
All right, Paul, see you later.
It's a good result for the agents. But if Mr. Kirsch doesn't pay the money he owes within 30 days, they'll be back.
I'm not going to lie, Vic, I feel quite honoured by that. You just don't give up. You're like an elastic band once you...
Come back, you keep on coming back.
I've been called many things, but never an elastic band.
A recent survey has revealed that young adults in the UK are coming under increasing financial pressure. On average, 25 to 34-year-olds have a disposable income of just over £200 per month. And nearly 40% receive financial help from their parents. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Kings Norton, Birmingham.
As always, we've got our instructions from Her Majesty the Queen.
Yeah.
We'll carry them out.
They have a writ to collect almost £10,000 owed by Daniel Hutchins to a car finance company.
It's another big one, this, mate. It's a few £100 off 10 grand. Big money to find.
Mr. Hutchins was paying for a new car he bought in instalments, but fell behind with his payments.
We're going to see what we can do, shall we?
Yep, see if he's in.
The finance company took Mr. Hutchins to court and won. and now he must pay the money he owes in full today.
Hello there. Can I speak to Daniel Hutchins, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's just in his boxers. Can you just put some clothes on?
Oh, is he? Yeah, of course, yeah.
Still in his boxers at 11:30.
Hiya, mate, you all right? Daniel, yeah?
Yeah.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not bad.
Should we come have a chat, yeah?
Yeah,
all right.
of course.
I'm Matt Highway, High Court Enforcement. Gary Ball.
How you doing? You all right, yeah?
We're about a High Court writ, mate. Does this relate to a car, does it?
Yeah. It's a car, yeah. Car
finance.
payments.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a lot of money, innit? I haven't got the money to pay, you know, and like I'm not working at the moment.
Anybody can help me with this or not?
I've got I ain't got no one to help me. Like I ain't spoke to my mum for like 7 months. My dad won't be able to help.
So you're ordered to attend the property to either collect payment from you or to look at seizing goods?
Yeah.
This is actually my house, so he's only recently just moved
I've just moved in, you know, yeah.
This is me and the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the situation is there, unfortunately, is that because this is the address named on the writ, the onus would be on you to prove that the items belong to yourself. So if you do have receipts or invoices for them, we'll have a look.
While Daniel starts looking for sales receipts, Matt tries to find out more about the case.
Well, what's happening here?
I was just little cheap.
How long ago was this debt from, Dan? When did you have the car?
Basically, they took the car off me.
After they repossessed it?
Yeah. I lost my job, which made me not keep payments for my car. They took the car.
What car was it?
Insignia. The car was originally like £8,000 or something, but somehow, even though I paid £5,000 and they've took the car, they're saying I still owe like £7,000. But I don't get how that works.
Daniel can't seem to find any receipts for the goods in the house, but he's keen to show Matt some other documents.
So I've got loads of debt letters, but they're all chasing me for them. But I can't afford to pay them yet. I'm not, like, because I'm not working. You can have a look around the house. There's not going to be nothing worth taking. I've got a van outside, but it's not going to be no use yet.
I'll have a look in a sec, mate. You're pretty honest with me, aren't you? I don't disbelieve what you're saying to me, so, yeah.
It's clear that Daniel has fallen on hard times, but the agents are duty-bound to search the house for anything of value that could be seized to offset his debt.
I'm going to have a look round and then we'll sort it out from there, all right?
Yeah.
Charge a bit more for me.
To be fair, this is a palace compared to some of the houses we're going to, don't worry.
There doesn't appear to be anything here of value. But then Matt discovers a letter from the Crown Court. It throws a new light on the case.
What's all this breaching suspended sentence stuff, mate? What's going on with that?
I went to Crown Court the other day because I breached my community service. If I breach one more in 6 weeks, I'm going to get 12 months in jail.
What's you playing at, man? Get it sorted.
I'm off tag like 2 weeks ago, so I'm tagged for 11 months.
There's only one way that's leading, isn't there, really? You know what I mean?
It was somebody originally that owed me money, and I found out where he lived, and then me and my mate went in his house without his permission and take all of my money's worth out of his house. Kind of like what you was doing without the licence.
Yeah, you have to get us to do that, mate. We can do that legally.
And then I got nicked for it.
It seems that Daniel's conviction is at the root of all his money troubles.
So were you working when you took this finance out then?
I was a bin man. They come and arrested me from work, and then my gaffer turned around and said, look, obviously we're happy with your work and everything, but like, because of the council, we can't, you're going to be working around us, so we physically got literally can't do that.
So that bit of daftness really has cost you quite dear, hasn't it, really?
Everything cost me everything.
Often as a High Court enforcement agent, half of your job is an enforcement agent and half of it is a social worker. We will hear the full story about what the defendant's been through recently, been through in his life, what his situation is like at the moment, and they'll open up to you with these truths about their life in order to explain why they're in the position they're in. What it does for us is it builds a picture of where they are and how likely they are to pay this debt off.
With no sign of payment and nothing to take in the house, Matt needs to double-check the value of Daniel's van.
Is that the wheels? This one's yours, is it? It's not worth £9 is it?
No.
Are you going for white or grey?
That door only opens from the inside as well.
There's nothing in there. With the best will in the world, that van's not going to cover it, is it really?
I know.
At auction, the van would fetch less than £100. It's becoming clear that an affordable payment plan is the only way to get this case resolved today. But first, Matt needs to carefully assess Daniel's financial situation.
We can get this onto an arrangement then, Dan. What are you suggesting? Weekly or monthly?
We got paid 114 a week between us. It's a lot of money as well. It's not even like it's a small amount of money. So I don't want to offend you, but offering you a stupid little amount.
You get benefits, right?
Yeah.
What do you want?
JSA.
So it's 114 a week as a joint claim, yeah? All right. What are the debts have you got?
Loads, right? Loads, honestly.
For what?
It's all my past, like, a Vodafone one for like nearly 700 quid. I've got a couple of old parking tickets that I didn't pay for ages, and it's gone up to hundreds of pounds. I've got another biggest one, but I can't think what it is. Altogether, I've got about 14 grand's worth of debt, but when you're not working...
Yeah.
It's clear that Daniel is in life-changing levels of debt, so Matt decides to offer him a lifeline.
So, to get this sorted, mate, what I suggest we do, in light of your benefits, you know, job seekers and that, until things improve, we'll set it up at the lowest they'll allow me to, which is £50 a week.
I'm going to be honest with you, mate, it's probably going to bounce.
You can't make 50 quid a week with your window cleaning.
Yeah, I will try, yeah.
Gary calls the office to see if the client will accept a repayment plan of just £50 a week to pay off Daniel's nearly £10,000 debt.
Alison, can you have a look at a job, mate? He's currently on job seekers allowance, £114 a week. So he's offering £50 per week. Can you put that to the client, can you, and get back to us?
No problem.
Cheers,
I'll speak to you
Alison.
in a minute.
No worries,
Bye,
mate.
bye.
Chat. People do hide debts from themselves, hide debts from, you know, the people they live with. And when they've got two enforcement agents knocking at the door, I think it's a big wake-up call for them, and they have to deal with the situation.
5 minutes later, the office calls back.
Hello.
Hi, Gary, it's Alison. I've spoken to the client. He's agreed to £50 per week.
Yeah.
On the understanding that review every 3 months, just to hopefully still keep up with it, okay?
No worries, I'll pass that on. Thanks a lot. Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you hear that, Dan? Yeah, they've accepted it. However, they're going to do a 3-monthly review on it. Yeah. So if you do get a job, obviously you'll be earning more then, so...
Yeah, of course.
They'd obviously want more, so...
Yeah, man, no problem.
Well, you're going to have to get out, mate. Get out in the van and get some money made. You got things to sort out now. You got family and missus around you. You've got to sort it out. That's the arrangements in place, all right? Yeah. Any issues, give me a call. That's my mobile number there, all right?
Yeah.
So any problems at all, give me a shout. Cheers, Dan. Take care. Ta-da, mate.
See you later.
The case may be resolved for now, but as it's going to take Daniel almost 4 years to pay off his debt, there may be tough times ahead.
He's got a lot going on, hasn't he? He's got a lot going on. I mean, that suspended sentence hanging over him.
I lost my job because I'd done something stupid and ended up basically getting arrested like a donut, like just making bad decisions. Got rid of man of the house now and stop messing about, start paying my debts and fix my life. But not take out stupid car finances or things that I can't afford.
Faced with a sensitive situation, Matt and Gary got the best result they could. But in Stuart and Vic's next case...
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Fucking do one then.
What do you mean do one?
Bell ends.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right, mate. See you later.
They meet a landlord.
Every day there's someone trying to scam you from something.
On the losing side of a bitter dispute with his tenants.
Sashed the house, robbed the cooker.
Since 2007, landlords in the UK have been legally obliged to register their tenants' deposits with a government-backed tenancy deposit scheme. Landlords can't now keep the money in their personal accounts. However, the number of disputes over returning deposits to tenants rose to nearly 30,000 last year. (8 a.m). High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Liverpool. They're here to collect almost £5,000 owed by landlord Richard Downs to 2 former tenants.
Early morning start, Vic.
As always.
Why are we in Liverpool, Vic, this morning? Or why have you brought me here?
We are going to visit Mr. Richard Downs. Outstanding balance is £4,941.
The debtor, Mr. Downs, failed to give the tenants their deposit back after they moved out of his property.
It's that house in the corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go and have a chat.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Downs must pay back the money he owes, in full, today.
Good morning, you okay? I'm after Richard. Richard Downs. He's not here. He does live here, though, doesn't he? All right, okay.
Been on late all night.
Oh, I do apologise. He does live here, though, doesn't he?
He does. Why? What trouble?
Right, okay. Well, we're High Court enforcement agents. Are you able to give him a quick call?
No, I've just told you, love. I've just... Well, you can see you've just wrote me off.
Right, well, we need to speak to him.
You want me to get hold of him?
If you can, yeah. That'd be great.
The woman goes to fetch her phone, and the agents make peaceful entry into the house.
Is it your son or your husband? What's the relationship?
My son. Don't be walking in my house, love.
No, we'll be waiting here.
We'll wait here. We won't go any further.
I won't let no one go in with no shoes on.
Yeah. Do you want me to close the door for the eating or leave it open?
Yeah, you know.
We'll stay here for the minute. Is he in work?
He goes out early, love. He goes out early.
Mr. Downs' mother gets him on the phone.
You better get round here. I've got 2 guys here.
Is he on his way, is he? Do you know how far he is? I don't know where he is.
I wouldn't like to be doing your type of job, love.
Well, some people disagree.
Someone has to do it, yeah. Someone has to do it, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the claimant feels exactly the same. Debt follows you around. It affects other people, not just the people that we're after. They're involved whether they like it or not. It's heartbreaking in a way.
2 minutes later, Mr. Downs arrives. But instead of coming inside to speak to the agents, he phones his mother.
Yeah. It's a High Court, Rick.
You want to speak to him?
There you go, mate. There's the case there.
Hi, good morning. Is that Richard Downs?
Speaking, yeah. This is what happens. I've got a counterclaim against them, but waiting to be dealt with now.
At the moment, sir, I'll explain to you. It's a CCJ against yourself, a county court judgment, right? Because it's not been paid, they've transferred that CCJ to the High Court, right? We've got now a writ of control here today to execute. The outstanding balance is £4,941. All money paid today is held for 14 days. You can still have a counterclaim. I've got no problem with that, but we need payment on this case today, sir.
Well, listen, it's impossible because the money wasn't there to be paying you today, for starters, because we've got a counterclaim for over £3 grand.
We will have to remove goods then, sir.
You won't be removing no goods, mate.
We instructed under the High Court. It's a writ of control, sir, and it's at this address.
Listen, I am a respectable landlord, yeah? Respectable landlord. This claim got lodged weeks and weeks back, and I'm waiting to hear back from it. I've had no notice to pay yous in full, right? I'm going to get the solicitor on the phone now because this isn't right.
I can talk to solicitor, but he's not going to change the situation.
Finally realising the seriousness of the situation, Mr. Downs rushes in.
I'll show you my ID first, mate. My name is Mr. Victor. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent. That's my colleague, Mr. McCracken. It's a High Court writ. I appreciate you got a counterclaim, but at the moment, this balance...
We've had no notice of yous, of the court, to pay yous in full.
That's the notice of his horse was sent on the 5th of the 11th. We won't be here by law if it hasn't been sent.
No, it hasn't had to come through my door, that.
What's actually regarding?
Every day there's someone trying to scam me from something. They're just opportunists, the tenants. Tenants in my house, moved in 2009, left in 2012, trashed the house, robbed the cooker. Because I never put a deposit in a DPS, the judge granted them,
Because Mr. Downs didn't put his tenant's deposit in a government-registered scheme, the judge found against him, and he must pay in full today.
I'm in a position to pay £4 grand though, so...
We need the payment in full. That is the bottom line. That's what we've been instructed. If not, we have to remove goods.
With payment looking unlikely, Stuart goes outside to take a look at the van Mr. Downs arrived in. But a neighbour has spotted him from an upstairs window.
Hey, you. That's not even yours,
You what, mate? What do you mean?
It's not yours. Shut the door.
Whose is it? Whose is it? Whose is it? Whose is it?
Never mind whose it is.
Whose is it?
It's mine, so shut
Okay.
the door on the van.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
I'm fucking off my fucking path now.
Is this your van, is
Yeah,
it?
it is my van. So
No problem. No, that's fine. No problem. If it's your van, that's fine. No problem.
That's my fucking
No, it's
van.
fine. No, it's fine.
Fucking do one then.
What do you mean, do one?
Bell ends.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right, mate. See you later.
But as Mr. Downs arrived home in the van, Stuart is suspicious of the man's claims. So he calls the office to see if it's free of finance.
Hi, Nicky. Can someone do HPI for me, please? Yes. Under 1,350 quid. Okay. Cheers, John. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
The vehicle is free of finance and can be seized. So now Stuart needs to confirm his suspicions that it does in fact belong to Mr. Downs.
Have you got documents for the vehicle?
Yeah, the documents.
Yeah, because obviously we've seized that vehicle now. It will be removed.
You just took my vehicle?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's still here.
It's still here, but we've taken control of it.
So, to take the vehicle just to get you out my hair for now and go from there, cool.
It appears that the van is the debtor's, but its value doesn't come close to clearing the £5,000 owed. So the agents may have to seize assets from the house to offset the balance.
But we're here to take control of goods as well, so it'll be in the property as well. We will be removing goods.
But then a friend of Mr. Downs arrives, and it appears he's willing to pay some of the debt.
So, can you take half of the money out?
Half the money out and then come back for half.
It needs to be the full balance.
We've been instructed by the full bill.
I know you're trying to source it out.
Listen, I'll give you cash now, half cash now. But come back for the other half.
All right, if you got half cash, can you pay the other half on your card? I haven't got a card.
So look, we get half and then when can you come back for the other half? When you come back tomorrow?
We can't. We're here today for the full balance. I appreciate you want to help your friend, but we instructed to collect the full balance or take control of goods, which means removing goods.
What is it now?
4941.
Mr. Downs and his friend leave to try and get the rest of the money.
We can usually tell if someone's going to return with the cash because they've made the effort to come all the way down. They know the situation, they know why we're there, they know what's going to happen if they don't make the payment, and then they've offered to help the friend. So, in my opinion, the last thing they want to do is let the friend down.
Just moments later, Mr. Downs and his friend come back.
So how much is it?
4941.
And they've bought a bundle of cash.
Let's quickly count this out, guys, and then we'll leave you to it.
Thanks to the help of his friend, Mr. Downs' debt is paid off in full.
135, yes, spot on.
All your details are in there, what you need. Paperwork, copy of the writ.
There you go, guys. Got the details in there.
All right, guys.
The agent's perseverance has paid off.
Result?
Yeah, cracking work, Vic. Cracking work.
Recent research shows that there are currently almost 5 million self-employed workers in the UK, and in the last year alone, they contributed over 250 billion to the economy. However, 4 in 10 self-employed workers can't afford to save any money at all each month, making them more likely to fall into serious debt. 7 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Gareth Short and Mitch Starr are in Swindon, Wiltshire, to enforce a writ against self-employed builder Martin Riley.
Where are we off now, mate? Off into Swindon, mate, to visit Martin Riley. £2,060.49.
Mr. Riley fitted a kitchen in the claimant's home, but she was unhappy with the standard of his work.
Any notes on it? Apparently he's in dispute to have the kit set aside, but hasn't paid the court fee yet.
The claimant hired another builder to finish the job, and then got a county court judgment issued against Mr. Riley to recoup her costs.
This don't look too bad. It looks alright, this does. Let's do it, mate.
The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Riley must pay the £2,000 he owes in full today.
Doors open. Hello?
The agents take the opportunity to make peaceful entry through the open door.
Hello? High Court enforcement agents. Martin, can you come down, please? Come on, it's all right. It's all right, buddy. Hello? Have a look, bud. Hello?
But no one appears to be in. So Gareth checks upstairs. And he's in for a surprise.
Ooh. Hello, sir. Martin, is it?
Yeah, can you get upstairs, please?
Yeah, of course you can. No problem. No problem.
How did you get in?
The door's open, sir.
Permission to come in?
Don't need permission, sir. We're with the High Court, Red.
Come on. Here you go. Martin. Martin, High Court enforcement agents.
Yeah.
Here to execute a High Court writ against you, unfortunately, sir.
Well, I've already got a stay writ on it.
Has it been set aside?
Well, it's been sent.
The Martin, have you?
I paid for it.
Okay.
It's been sort.
Have you been given a date to set it aside?
Swindon County Court.
Have you been given a date to set it aside, sir?
I'm trying to find the letter.
Okay.
You know where the letter is?
Mr. Riley's wife comes to help him look for documentation about his appeal.
Thank you. So, all this is just to say, yeah, we acknowledge the application, but it's not been set aside. So until you get given a date and a time to go in front of the judge, then unfortunately, High Court writ is still outstanding. So unless the full balance of £2,060.49 is paid to us right now.
2,000?
Yeah, you've incurred additional enforcement costs now.
This is a joke. The bloke owes me money.
With Mr. Riley disputing the writ, this simple case might be tougher to crack than Gareth and Mitch expected. It will take all of their patience to get the £2,000 they came for. Gareth Short and Mitch Starr were in Swindon to recover £2,000 owed by self-employed builder Martin Riley to a dissatisfied client.
How'd you get in?
The door's open, sir.
Mr. Riley claimed he'd appealed the case.
I've already got a stay writ on it.
And said he'd been treated unfairly.
This is a joke. The bloke owes me money.
Now the agents need to make it clear that despite the dispute, the debt must be paid today. But Mr. Riley is keen to tell them more about the case.
This is why I'm contesting it. He still owes me money. I installed a kitchen. I fitted the job in for him because she was desperate. So I went round, had a look. I said, look, I've got jobs booked in.
but I might be able to fit you in, but I am squeezing you in, and I'm on a time limit.
Do you a favour and squeeze you in, is it?
Yeah. So I went there, give them the price, started the job, and then she started adding things. Oh, well, I want this done, I want that done. I ran over by a week as it was because of the extras I did for her. I sent them an invoice for the extras I'd already done, which come out at 500 and some £, and they owed me about 120 from the original job.
Yeah.
Well, next thing, he's saying that I haven't done all these things. I moving sockets, doing this, doing that, and everything. I said, well, that wasn't in the job.
So what, are you a kitchen fitter, are you, or general builder?
I'm a general builder, but mainly kitchens and bathrooms.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm not coming back until you pay me my money.
Yeah.
He said, I'll take it further. I said, well, you do what you've got to do.
Of course.
Problem you've got is they've provided enough evidence to a county court judge that you do this owe this money.
Despite his dispute with the claimant, the agents are duty-bound to resolve this case today.
Unfortunately, as it stands at the moment, unless the debt is paid,
I haven't got that sort of money.
The position you're in at the moment is if it's not paid, assets will get removed from you today.
So at the moment, your balance stands at £2,060.49.
Probably haven't even got stuff in this house worth that.
So the position you're in now, if it's not paid...
I can't pay it. I haven't got £2 grand. I'm just going to get my phone.
Okay. Do you have any family or friends that can help you out, Martin?
Do you always go to bed and leave the front door open? It's going to work, see. We often get debtors and defendants who are just fixed on the original judgment, why they're in that problem in the first place. Don't get me wrong, I'll listen to the story all day, but I'm there to get a result. So what I try and do is listen to their story, but bring them back down to the ground and say, I'm not there to deal with disputes, unfortunately. A county court judge has already agreed that you owe this money. You might as well work with me, get the debt resolved.
Realising the agents aren't going to go away, Mr. Riley gets his mother on the phone.
Sorry to wake you. You're right. You want me to give you 5 minutes to wake up? Well, you know that asshole that took me to court? I got 2 High Court bailiffs stood in my front room. Can you lend me some money? Well, it's over £2 grand. What happens when I pay this? If I go back to court and I win, do I get this back?
As long as you get your date within the next 14 days, that money will be held until the end of your court case. If you win, you get the money back.
I know I ain't gonna lose. It plugged my head in. I'm out there trying to earn a frigging living, and you've got people like him trying to fucking walk all over me. Sorry, Mum. Yeah. Are you able to help me out? Mum, so I'm not going to not give you it back, have I? I just need to get this sorted out.
It seems that Mr. Riley's mother is willing to pay her son's debt.
Sorry about this, Mum. Have you got your card handy? You'll need your card. All right. Sorry. What's the code on the back of the card?
If it's a savers account, perhaps I hasn't got it.
Everyday saver card.
Right, we can't use that card, Mum. Do you know how to transfer it?
No.
Right, I'm going to pass her on to...
You carry on, mate. You do what you got to do.
Might as well sit down.
All right, we've been driving a while, thanks. It's nice to stretch the legs.
It appears Mr. Riley's mother needs to transfer money from one account to another, but she doesn't know how to go about it.
This could be hard work.
Yeah?
My mum lives on her own since my dad passed away. So
Right.
Dad passed away 2.5 years ago. She'd never even had anything to do with a bank account, so we've had to sort of try and teach her.
Yeah. Your wife's talking her through it now, is she?
Trying.
No matter what somebody's age is, if they phone their parents, their parenting instinct is to help them out. I'm a parent myself. I'd never want to see my son in debt or ultimately have assets taken from him. So I know from first-hand experience I would do anything to help my son out. And I'm just guessing it's the same across the board.
15 minutes later, with the money transferred into another account, Mr. Riley calls his mother back.
Right, we need your card. You got your card?
Yeah.
He gives the card details to Gareth.
2060-49, yeah? Just sticking that through the leg. There we are.
Right, man. Right, that's all sorted. Thank you. Love you. All right, sorry for waking you. See you later. I'll pop round later.
Just take a picture of that, buddy.
Thanks to his mother, Mr. Riley's debt is paid in full.
There we are, buddy. It's all sorted.
All right, cheers.
Hopefully we won't see each other again, mate.
No.
Thank you very much. You take care, right?
Yeah. I'll let you know when I win.
Lock your door in future, mate.
Yeah.
I thought it was all taken care of. Obviously, I was wrong. My mum's tops. Couldn't fault her, but I can't say too much because I'll end up blubbering. Because my dad passed away a couple of years ago, so yeah, I love her to bits.
I felt a bit sorry for her because she struggled to transfer the money and everything, but we got there in the end. He was a decent enough guy. So, see what happens in court now, won't he?
Can't Pay is back new next Thursday at 9. How good are fake documents and who's making them? Paul Connolly's Undercover Nailing the Fraudsters new next on Channel 5. Whilst next over on 5 Spike, head behind bars in Dallas, Texas, one of the world's toughest prisons.
Threats.
Slap me in the face, you know.
Mate, if I got what it takes. Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find 2 grand within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even playing a penny of it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK.
Somebody come to the door, please.
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
We need immediate police assistance.
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. More than 300,000 people contacted a leading debt charity over the first half of 2017 to seek help with their debts. The charity's figures show that the number of people falling behind on debt repayments has nearly doubled since the beginning of the decade. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway are in Worcester, Warwickshire.
It's a nice house.
They're here to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed by Christopher Robinson and Amy Blease in unpaid nursery school fees.
Brand new, innit? Which probably means it's the right address. No one would have lived in here before them. No.
A county court judgment was issued against the couple, but it wasn't paid. So the case was escalated to the High Court.
And the curtains are shut.
Now the debt must be paid in full today, or the agents have the right to remove assets, including the Audi parked outside, if it belongs to either defendant.
It smells fresh round, doesn't it?
Hello, sir. It's after Christopher Robinson or Amy Blease. Is that yourself, is it?
Yes.
Hello, sir. My name's Gary Ball, High Court Enforcement Agent. It's my colleague Matthew. Been sent here today, sir, with a High Court writ from nursery school. You've not received anything from them? You've not received this letter from us last week? You've got an outstanding balance of £6,242.07, sir, yeah? You've got kids, have you? Obviously nursery age. So you must have sent them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't received a thing from anyone.
No.
So we'd act straight away.
So you're going to act it now then, sir?
We're both of them.
Well, the problem we've got today, sir, is obviously the RIC commands us to be here today to collect the full amount or seize assets in the property. There's your copy there, sir.
Wow.
Despite the fact that a letter of attendance has been sent to the address, the agent's visit has clearly come as a shock. Gary and Matt must make it clear to Mr. Robinson what he needs to do next.
Okay, so do you want to talk about this then, sir, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't leave the door open.
You can't leave the door open?
I've got 2 dogs here. I've got one by the stairs.
Well, you need to put them away then, chap. So it's simple, isn't it? I'm sure they'll do what you say.
She's 10 months old, mate.
It seems Mr. Robinson is intent on keeping the dogs in and the agents out. So Matt goes to look for another way in. And finding an open door, he makes peaceful entry.
Do you want to get that door open now, buddy, yeah? Get the door open. Put the dog away, yeah? Put the dog in one of the rooms so it's safe.
Seriously. No, come here. No.
But then one of the dogs breaks free.
What's it, mate? Go, shut.
Put it away then, it's not being silly.
Okay, stay there then.
Okay. Dog all right, yeah? Why don't you come out and speak to us, yeah? That'd be easy, wouldn't it? The dog's safe in there, yeah? All I'm concerned about is the dog stays away.
No, they won't.
Keep the dog where it is then, yeah?
The dogs may be safely away, but now Mr. Robinson disappears upstairs.
He's very erratic, this guy.
Yeah.
Matt goes up to speak to him.
Can you get this payment made, Christopher? Can you get this payment made? No, I'm stood here. You can't close the door when I'm stood here, can you? You want to talk to me from there? Chap, one way or another, we need to open a dialogue, don't we? Otherwise we're going to get nowhere. Hello, sir? You want to talk to me or not?
But instead of engaging with the agents, Mr. Robinson decides to leave.
The crazy part of this job is that you'll never go to two jobs that are exactly the same. We can't guarantee how someone's going to react. Some people react with anger, some people react with huge emotion, some people react by hiding, and you know, that's just dependent on who they are.
Matt and Gary have been in the house for over 10 minutes. But with Mr. Robinson flitting from one room to another to avoid them, Matt has to make the consequences of not cooperating clear.
It's getting ridiculous there.
Christopher, I'm not going to mess about like this for ages, so either you come and deal with it, or you produce payment of £6,242.07, or I'll start emptying stuff out the house. It's up to you.
But then he makes an unexpected move.
What are we doing then, Christopher? Yeah, he's just walked out, mate.
And disappears through the back gate.
Weird. I'm talking to him. So you think just that will go away, does it?
Yeah, it just disappears, doesn't it, if you've not heard from it for a while.
With Mr. Robinson gone, the agents have no choice but to consider seizing goods in his absence. The Audi outside might cover some of the £6,000 debt, but Matt and Gary must also search inside for any goods of value.
What's that made out of the wood? Plastic.
There are no major assets in the downstairs rooms, so the agents go upstairs to continue their search.
3 bedrooms, 2 kids' rooms, the usual.
But then, from an upstairs window, Gary spots something.
Where's he going now?
I don't know.
Back round his neighbours. He's just took his Apple Mac round there.
Mr. Robinson appears to be removing goods to a neighbouring property.
Yeah, next door neighbours.
Now actively obstructing the enforcement process by moving goods, it will take all of Matt and Gary's skills to get this case resolved. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Warwickshire to recover a debt of over £6,000 owed in unpaid nursery school fees.
Been sentenced today, sir, with a High Court writ.
The debtor, Christopher Robinson, said he couldn't afford to pay.
You can act it now then, sir.
We're both unemployed.
And after refusing to discuss the debt with the agents...
Chap, one way or another, we need to open a dialogue, don't we? Otherwise we're going to get nowhere.
He left the property.
What are we doing then, Christopher? Yeah, he's just walked out, mate.
But when Matt and Gary started searching the house for seizable goods, they saw Mr. Robinson taking a computer to a nearby house.
He's just took his Apple Mac round there.
Now, the agents need to make clear to Mr. Robinson that as he's obstructing the enforcement of the writ, they could call the police. But then a man arrives.
Oh, mate. Do you know the guy that lives here, do you?
I do know Chris, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I'll be mine.
Why is it here?
I'm working doing a promotion in town.
How are you?
Promotion.
Okay. So you just parked it here?
I've known Chris for 7 years.
Right, okay.
And it's because it's safe, it's not safe in town.
Can you tell me what's in there?
Yeah, in the boot there's loads of promotion stuff.
Yeah.
GMB.
And it all relates to yourself, does it?
All mine. There's trainers in the boot.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Julian Pepper.
Julian Pepper. Just give us a second.
It seems that Mr. Robinson's friend, Julian, has had a tip-off that the agents were in the house and is here to prevent his car from being seized. Matt goes to check out whether his claims are true.
Julian Pepper.
The documents inside the car are evidence that it does belong to the debtor's friend.
No, fine. I'll put it up, mate.
I want to help the situation out, so how's it coming to this and what is it regarding?
He's going to have to okay that it's all right to speak to you, mate. Can you ring him and I can take the okay over the phone, yeah? Hello, Chris. Am I okay to disclose your details to this gentleman that's here?
Mr. Robinson authorises the agents to discuss his case with Julian, but then he makes another claim.
Okay, you personally. So you've got a bankruptcy order from the court to show that you're bankrupt, yeah? Where is that, mate? You'll have it personally. It's a piece of paper. I know you keep saying step change to me, but it means very little to me. It's just a debt charity.
Mr. Robinson now claims he's bankrupt, but it seems that he's only in the application stage, and so the High Court writ is still live.
What can you raise, mate? Can you raise some funds? You haven't got a pound? No? The difficulty is, mate, if you tell me you've got nothing, then that's, we have to start removing goods. You can raise £200. Well, that's a start, isn't it? We're getting somewhere. So if you can raise £200, what can you pay going forward towards this debt? £200 a month. Well, what I'll do, mate, I'll put it to the client and see what they say.
After saying he couldn't pay anything, Mr. Robinson has now made an offer. But as a £200 down payment is just a fraction of the £6,000 he owes, it might not be enough to satisfy the claimant.
It hasn't got much at the moment, so...
You say that, but if it was you owed £6,500, you wouldn't be too impressed with it, would you?
£6,500, mate, that's fair, mate.
You know what I mean?
Matt goes outside to call the office with the offer. But then, suddenly, Mr. Robinson appears at the door in the middle of a phone call.
I'll pass you over to him. Oh, thanks.
Is that right?
We owe the money.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
In an unusual development, it seems Mr. Robinson has called the claimant himself.
Hello, my name's Gary Ball. We've come round today with a High Court writ. I'll just pass you to my colleague because he's the one that's been dealing with this. This is the claimant. Christopher's just called her.
Oh, yes. Hello, it's Matthew Highway, High Court Enforcement Agent. So we're here enforcing the writ at the moment, on your behalf.
It appears that Mr. Robinson has been trying to persuade the claimant to accept an informal payment plan. Matt now needs to get the case back under his control.
I think your response to him needs to be that it's in our hands now and he needs to speak to us, but no direct... Absolutely. We will certainly do our very best to get the best possible outcome for you. That's 100%. We'll do our best. OK, thank you. Bye-bye.
After speaking to the claimant, it now becomes clear that Mr. Robinson will need to offer more than the £200 down payment he's offered.
Is he still in there, is he?
Yeah.
There's that one.
I think he's put it.
Christopher, is the dog away?
Yeah.
But to avoid the dogs getting out again, Mr. Robinson won't open the door.
You need to raise some more funds, Christopher. I'm happy to set this on an arrangement for you, which will prevent removal.
How much?
But you need to raise £500. So you've got 2 so far. You need to raise another 3.
But then he passes a bundle of cash through the door.
Is it?
Is that a 5 there, is it? Just check that, man.
Having previously said he doesn't have a pound, Mr. Robinson immediately produces the £500 Matt's asked for in cash.
What we're going to do then, Christopher, I'm going to take the £500 today and put it on £200 a month, okay? If for any reason you don't pay the £200 per month, we can come back, we can force entry if necessary, and we'll remove the goods. So it's a guarantee that you're going to pay.
Knowing there's nothing of value in the house to list as a guarantee that Mr. Robinson keeps up with his payment plan, Matt needs to recover the laptop the debtor tried to hide in his neighbour's house.
Which way did he take this laptop? That way?
Next door.
Next door, that way. Hello? Hello, sweet, you all right? Well, I caught enforcement agents. The gentleman's brought round a laptop to your house. Sorry? You've passed it back, that's great. OK, thank you. I'm not playing hide and seek. He's got it back now. Yeah.
Christopher, you got it back? Let's have a look.
Mr. Robinson passes Gary the laptop.
It's a MacBook Pro.
What colour is it?
Silver.
With the laptop listed, Mr. Robinson signs the paperwork.
So you've paid £500 today. The next £200 is due on the 28th of the 4th, OK? And then £200 per month, every month after that until it's paid off. You understand, yeah? All right, mate. Just let you know, obviously, if we do return, we can force entry, remove the goods, OK? I'll leave that.
The case is resolved for now.
Thanks so much, we're on our way, OK, thanks.
But if Mr. Robinson defaults on his payments, the agents will be back.
Interesting chap. Now we have to think on our feet and just deal with the situation.
We've got a little bit of money for the claimant, and hopefully he continues with his arrangements to pay the debt off in full. Probably take him 3 or 4 years, but hopefully he'll get paid off.
Personal debt levels in the UK are on the rise, with the total amount owed exceeding £1.5 trillion. Recent research shows that 1 in 6 people are burdened with financial difficulties, while 4 in 10 are reported to have less than £500 in savings. (7:30 a.m). High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are near Portsmouth on the south coast. They're here to collect almost £3,500 owed for an unpaid loan.
We're looking to collect £3,306.
Okay. If the debtor can't or won't pay, Gary and Connor have the right to seize goods and vehicles belonging to him. And it looks as if they might be in luck.
BMW on the driveway.
Okay, well, there's enough cars here.
Despite the early hour, no one appears to be in. So Connor turns his attention to the vehicles parked outside.
This vehicle's open.
Most of them appear to be old and of low value, but the 8-year-old BMW might have some worth, so Connor does an online HPI check.
This car here is free of finance. Market value £6,800. So that would cover the debt.
If it belongs to the debtor, the vehicle is an asset they can seize even in his absence. So Connor clamps it. But his actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Someone's just looked at us from the top window.
Are they?
Yeah.
It appears there is someone in after all. But there's still no response. So Gary and Connor go round to the back of the house and find an open door.
You in?
Yeah. Hello? High Court Enforcement.
Gary heads upstairs to search for the person he saw at the window. and finds a man in bed.
Hello, mate. Is that you? My name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent, and I've got a High Court writ.
Yeah.
Okay, have you got a telephone number for him? Sorry to have to get you up, because obviously this isn't your debt.
What's this room?
The man is a relative of the debtor, and he points Connor in the direction of his bedroom. He searches for paperwork connected to the clamped BMW. There doesn't appear to be any documents for the car, but he finds the debtor's driving licence and passport.
Do you want to bring the paperwork downstairs?
Gary and Connor have proof they're in the right place. Now they must see whether the debtor is willing to pay. His relative gets him on the phone.
Hello there, my name's Gary Brown. I'm an enforcement agent, and I've got a High Court writ against you. So we're now here to remove goods unless the debt is paid. At the moment, it's £3,306.06. We've got a High Court writ, which allows us to remove goods if it's not paid. Right, well, we found evidence that you live here, including your passport in the room, one of the rooms upstairs. So I'm not going to, and your driving licence. So I'm not going to accept that you don't live here.
Well, I can't pay for all of it right now, mate.
Okay. How much can you pay now?
I can pay about 500.
No, that's not enough, I'm afraid. Is there anyone who can help you with this?
No.
No. Okay. All right, we're going to remove goods then. Okay.
What do you mean remove goods? There's no goods there under my name, mate.
Okay. Who owns the goods in the house?
I don't own them.
Well, I'll tell you what, you get in touch with the person that does own them, tell that person to prove it to me, and then I won't take it. Or take a car off the driveway.
Which car off the driveway?
Well, if any car goes, it will be the black BMW.
That's not mine, mate.
You also said you don't live here. It needs to be paid in full, or we remove goods. But if we remove goods, that's going to cost you further fees as well.
No, you're taking nothing, mate.
All right, ring me back when you got the money.
In this job, we get lied to on a daily basis, and it's really, really frustrating when people lie to us, because 9 times out of 10 they get found out, and it's just dragged out a process that could have been dealt with in half the time.
Gary and Connor have been in the house for 20 minutes. The debtor hasn't called back to increase his £500 offer, nor has he provided any proof that the BMW doesn't belong to him. So Gary calls the office for a recovery vehicle.
Hi, John. I've explained to the debtor over the phone that we're going to start removing goods.
Yeah.
He wasn't even interested in making any phone calls. He just keeps telling me nothing belongs to him.
Okay.
So
You started the removal process, stand by for your recovery.
Yeah.
The vehicle. Okay. Call
Yeah.
you back 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, okay, mate. Cheers, John. Bye.
The recovery truck is on its way. But now Gary has to tell the debtor again that because of the extra charges involved in removing the vehicle, his debt has now increased.
The balance is going to be £4,051.26, okay?
What do you mean it's 4,000?
I told you there's going to be extra fees go on. That's the process. That's what I said would happen.
How much is it total, mate?
£4,051.
If I had 4,000, mate, I'd pay it straight away. But I
Then
haven't.
my advice to you is make some phone calls and see if somebody can help you with it. See you later.
First and foremost, I want to see debtors making an effort to get the money. If they're telling me they haven't got the money, I want them to try and reach out to other people that could help. They need to accept it. It needs to be paid. So if they're making efforts to get the money, then I'll give them the time that they need.
Gary and Connor have now been at the house for over an hour. The debtor hasn't called back to offer any payment to save his car. But then his relative intervenes.
Okay. No. No, you need to ask him to pay the rest of it.
With the situation at stalemate and a car at risk, the debtor's relative pays the full amount of the debt.
4,000. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I just need to remind you that this is a voluntary payment because it's not your debt. Can I get a signature there to say that you've paid me the money? Thank you for your payment.
It's been an unexpected result for Gary and Connor.
Onwards.
Next one.
The agents got a result in a tricky situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case,
No, I don't want to come down.
You don't want to?
No, I don't.
an angry debtor pushes their patience to the limit.
I'll drive out ahead, you should punch his fucking head in, mate. I ain't talking.
A recent survey has revealed that more than a third of UK adults who have seen an increase in their levels of debt in the past 12 months say that the rise in the cost of living is to blame. Over 3/4 of people surveyed admit having some form of borrowing, while almost half have seen their debts increase by up to £1,500. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Castle Vale, Birmingham.
Going to see Mr. Thomas Taylor, and he owes £2,055.49 to a car credit company.
The debtor, Mr. Taylor, bought a new car on a finance agreement, but defaulted on his repayments. The case was escalated to the High Court, and now Mr. Taylor must pay the £2,100 he owes in full today.
You're confident, aren't you? Bringing the card machine with you?
Yeah.
Hello, morning. I'm looking for Thomas Taylor. Is it? Okay. Do you know Thomas? Oh, right, okay.
Do you want to give me your dad's number so I can get in touch with him?
Matt tries Mr. Taylor's mobile.
Is that Mr. Taylor?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, sir. Good morning. My name's Matthew Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at your property at the moment to enforce a High Court writ against you, sir. There's standing balance at the moment of £2,055.49.
It says 1,000 and something on the thing.
It was, sir. It's gone through the court system, and obviously fees have been added since then.
So, what's the procedure with that, mate? Because there's no way I could pay anything like that.
Right, the procedure is, sir, we're commanded by the High Court to attend the property today to either collect payment or to seize goods to the value of. That's what we're here to do.
I'll need to try and get home.
You're going to try and get home, yeah? Right, I won't do anything until you get back then.
Okay, then. Thanks.
Thanks, Mr. Taylor, thank you.
Mr. Taylor seems willing to cooperate. But when he arrives moments later, it soon becomes clear he wasn't expecting to find the agents inside the house.
Hello, sir. Mr. Taylor, are you?
Hi, Mr. Taylor, yeah?
Hello, sir. How you doing? Do you want to calm down a little bit?
No, I don't want to calm down.
You don't want to?
No, I don't.
Did you want to discuss this or not?
Yeah, I'm going outside, we'll get it as well now.
I'm not going outside. No, I'm right here.
Yeah?
I'm right here.
I couldn't give a fucking flying shit. For one, it's my wife's house. For two, go upstairs and take all my fucking clothes or whatever. Because there's nothing in mine in here.
Why would your clothes be
here?
there?
Because I come and see my kids.
Ah, right, okay.
Although Mr. Taylor says he doesn't live here, he is registered on the electoral roll at this address. The agents have every right to enforce the writ. But first, they decide to give him time to calm down.
It's massively important to be a good judge of character. Myself, from a security door background, I worked 13 years on the door in what some people would term as some of the roughest towns in the country. If you're not able to speak to people and you're not able to diffuse a situation, then you're not going to last very long. And those skills transfer over to the job that we do very, very well. The biggest part of our job is calming the situation down.
Moments later, Mr. Taylor reappears.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just...
Just take a minute, calm down, right?
He now seems keen to tell the agents why he stopped paying the instalments on his new car.
I got that car off the mate, right? The car was absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Wasn't roadworthy. He came and took the car back twice. Once for a week, second time for, I think it was 10, 12 days or whatever like that. They gave me a year's MOT. When I got on the M42 coming back from Redditch, it was rattling and rattling, and I took it straight to the Merkel garage, and it failed on 27 things. It was fucked.
You don't expect that from a new car, do you?
Nah, you don't, mate, you know what I mean? He's a fucking prick. I'll drive out of Redditch and punch his fucking head in, mate, I ain't joking.
With Mr. Taylor now making threats against the claimant, the agents must work hard to keep him calm.
The problem we've got, Mr. Taylor, is we're simply High Court enforcement agents that have been asked to execute this writ here today.
Well, there's no way I can get that. Not a chance of that, mate.
Mr. Taylor calls his sister for help.
She probably talks to my sister. My sister's got a few quid, like, whether she gives me or not, I don't know. For fuck's sake.
With his sister not answering, Mr. Taylor calls his mother.
Where the guys in Emma and us. Matt, it's not that, it's doing it. I'm going to go to Redditch after this is fucking sorted out. I'm going to punch his fucking head in, simple as that. Yeah, I know.
I don't worry them up with you talk like that, so okay.
Right.
This is right there, mate. But it'll get you nowhere. That's you know that anyway, don't you?
He's got what to answer for that. I'd say he's got what to answer for this fucking ice.
With his mother unable to help, Mr. Taylor calls his brother-in-law.
Is that you, Mike?
Aye.
You know that BM I've got?
Yeah.
Right. He's took it to court, mate, and says I've not paid anything at all. And now these guys have turned up at the house this morning and they're here to take all the stuff away.
How much cash do you need today to get them to go away?
I don't know, how much is it, mate?
Wait.
Can I pass you on to the guy, mate, because I'm fucking, I'm going to take it all.
Hello, so we're in a bit of a situation, mate. You know, they need to raise some funds. I mean, there's £2,055 outstanding. We are here for the balance, but if we can get something close to it, then, I will speak to the client.
Right, could we pay £1,000 on credit card? Is that okay?
I can certainly make the call and ask them. I'll pass you back to Tom and I'll make that call, okay?
Okay, thanks, Matty.
Thanks. I'll just make a call, mate, see what the crack is.
Matt calls the office to see whether a down payment of £1,000 is acceptable to the claimant. But because it's still early morning, the office aren't able to contact the claimant.
I can't get through to anybody, mate, because of the time of day it is.
Matt wants to prevent Mr. Taylor from getting more agitated, so he thinks on his feet.
What I suggest we do is if I provisionally accept the £1,000 now.
Right. Can you tell me?
Give you, yeah.
Just fucking...
You need to be close so you know what's going on. Hello, Mike.
Hello. Hi, Matthew.
Hi, mate. You all right? Yeah, so Tom wants me just to explain to you. So I can't get hold of the clients at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provisionally accept the £1,000 at the minute.
Okay.
With the remainder of the balance when Tom next gets paid.
I'm going to give you £1,000 when I get paid, mate.
Right.
I've got rent and stuff to pay, you know what I mean?
Then they're going to want the balance.
Well, no, there's no way I can do it. There's no way I can do it. I'll drive out to Redditch, and get that geezer here.
With Mr. Taylor making more threats against the claimant, Matt intervenes.
It ain't going to help them, mate, is it? That's not going to solve the situation, is it?
No, there's no way.
All you getting het up and angry is just going to get you nicked, isn't it? That's
if I get nicked, I get nicked, mate. But there's no way I can pay £1,000 when I get paid. Well, when I get paid, mate, I'll be lucky if I've got fucking 400 quid left. If that.
The situation is at a stalemate. But then, Mr. Taylor's brother-in-law wants to speak to Matt again.
Hi, Mike.
Right, well, we'll just go with it. I mean, I presume that if I pay that money just now, then Thomas has got a week or so to try and sort it out with the guy.
We've got two options, really. We can either pay the balance off in full and the matter's resolved and it's finished today. That's £2,055.49. Or the other option is, as I said to him, I can accept the offer provisionally of £1,000 today and then give him until he next gets paid to pay the balance. Obviously, the longer it goes on, the more fees are incurred.
So do the fees keep on going up?
They do, mate, yeah.
In which case, we'll just clear the lot just now.
You'll be able to do that, Mike, will you? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'll pass you over to my colleague then. He's got a card machine here. We'll get the payment done. He wants to talk about possibly bringing a case himself. I'd rather he did that than what he's threatening to do and beating people up, because that ain't going to get anywhere, is it?
No.
All right, I'll pass you over to Gary. He's going to take your details then. Hello, mate.
Hi there.
Hiya, it's Gary here.
To resolve the situation today, Mr. Taylor's brother-in-law agrees to clear his debt in full.
Are you paying by a credit card, are you, mate?
Debit card then?
Yeah, debit card would be great.
Okay, mate. Well, we're all done. Sorry about the circumstances. Nice meeting you.
Thanks to the agent's patience, the case is resolved peacefully.
It took a little bit of calming him down there. He came back in a bit of a rage. But, you know, good result in the end. Payment in full. On to the next.
Over the first half of 2017, more than 50,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales. This marks a 27% increase since the previous year, with the average reaching almost £3,000. High Court Enforcement Agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Hassocks, West Sussex, to collect a debt of over £11,000 owed by businessman Mohan Fernando.
The exact balance we're looking for is £11,750.31.
But this isn't the first time Gary has tried to enforce this writ.
We've had this for a while. I went to this address a few weeks ago. I spoke to Mohan over the phone and I left with his control goods agreement.
Last time Gary visited the debtor's house, he wasn't there. So he left a controlled goods agreement with Mr. Fernando's partner, Ingrid, listing assets that would be removed if £5,000 wasn't paid within 24 hours.
But I tried to explain that if you don't pay this as per the controlled goods agreement, then we're just going to force entry back into the property.
But that payment didn't materialise.
So that may be what happens this morning.
Now, as the agreement has been broken, Gary has the right to force entry to seize the goods on the list. But first he needs to see whether Mr. Fernando is at home. Nobody appears to be in.
Hello? If there is anybody inside, I would advise you to come and open the door before we damage it.
It looks like Gary and Connor's only option is to force entry. But before they do, Gary wants to give Mr. Fernando one last chance to pay.
Hi, Mr. Fernando. The situation has come to the point where we're about to force entry. We've got a locksmith en route and we're going to be going in. My advice would be get back to the property as quickly as you can before we start removing goods. Thank you.
Fine locksmith, mate.
While they wait to see whether Mr. Fernando will turn up, Gary asks the locksmith to come down to the property.
Hi, Paul. It's Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. We do need you, I'm afraid.
Right, okay, I shall be there in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
It's extremely important to gain entry into a property, especially with evasive debtors, because they're not going to roll over and give me their money. They're just going to make it harder and harder for me to collect. So I have to respond with that, with the pressure that I put on to give me the result that I want.
10 minutes later, the locksmith arrives.
I can't tell for certain, but it does look like there's a key on the inside of the inner door.
It might be worth going in the back.
It looks like there's another locked door behind the main entrance. So they all head to the back of the property to look for a different way in.
All these doors are locked, Gary. We're in. Much appreciated. Hello? Enforcement? High Court Enforcement, is anybody in? Hello? Hello?
The house appears to be empty. So with no word yet from Mr. Fernando, Gary calls his partner, Ingrid. He knows from the previous visit she has the debtor's permission to discuss the case with him.
Good morning, Ingrid. It's Mr. Brown, the enforcement agent. Because the arrangement was broken and the money wasn't paid as agreed, I'm back in your house now and I'm about to start removing goods. So my advice would be get Mr. Fernando to come home and deal with this. Thank you.
Almost immediately, Ingrid calls back.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this Ingrid?
Yes. On my way over. What did you require?
Well, we're going to remove goods unless the debt's paid. The arrangement was broken. We had a promise of £5,000.
I can get £11,000 just like that.
Well,
We can't. It's impossible. We don't have that sort of money.
well, the person to blame with this is Mohan.
I'm trying to get hold of him.
Right, okay. I'll speak to you when you get home, okay? Thank you.
In these situations, you can't help but be empathetic to family members around the debtor. Because at the end of the day, it's not their debt, and they're just being drawn into the world of the debtor. And now we're knocking on the door.
An hour later, Ingrid arrives home with her daughter and granddaughter. And to Gary and Connor's surprise, they're accompanied by the police.
Hello. No, good, thanks.
We were called just because the bank are not willing to give £5,000 to a 77-year-old lady with no evidence, effectively. So the bank have called us.
Okay.
It seems that Ingrid had been attempting to withdraw some cash to pay off her partner's debt. But the amount she requested alerted the bank's fraud team.
You could be rogue traders for all we know.
The case has taken an unexpected turn. With no debtor to deal with, and now the police involved, will Gary and Connor ever get the £11,000 they came for? Gary Brown and Connor Jackson were in West Sussex, chasing £11,000 owed by businessman Mohan Fernando.
Hello? If there is anybody inside, I would advise you to come and open the door before we damage it.
The debtor had defaulted on a previous arrangement, so they broke into the house.
Hello? Enforcement?
There was no sign of Mr. Fernando, so Gary rang his partner, Ingrid.
Well, the person to blame with this is Mohan.
But then she came back to the house with a police escort.
We were called just because the bank are not willing to give £5,000 to a 77-year-old lady. No evidence, effectively. So the bank have called us.
Now, Gary and Connor show the police their identity, so they can start to explain why they're here.
Right, my colleague has to check with you, so we got there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
She hasn't got any payment on her. So
Okay.
we're here to ascertain you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
So, which I've seen your ID, so you're fine. I just if you got a copy of your warrant,
Yeah,
to say that you can be.
it's actually inside, yeah, it's in my paperwork.
Gary takes the officers inside to show them the writ.
That is the High Court writ. And that is a list of goods that I took into control when I was here last time.
Right.
Satisfied with the documentation, the police make it clear to Ingrid that Gary and Connor have every right to take goods if her partner, Mr. Fernando, doesn't pay.
Now we've come along here, and it's clear from all the evidence here, you're not the victim of a fraud. That this is all legal paperwork from the courts. They're entitled to do this. What's your situation now? Is there any money that you can take today that will stop you taking these goods?
Unfortunately, it's the full balance or removal of goods, I'm afraid, but it would be...
I can't do that. It's not possible. I haven't done anything. I'm not involved with these things.
How is it my mum's debt?
It's not your mum's
No,
debt.
it's not my mum's debt. I don't care about what he's done, okay? I don't care who does whatever to him, but it's got nothing to do with my mum.
It's a sensitive situation. Gary has to make it clear to the family that he's not asking Ingrid to pay, but that any goods belonging to Mr. Fernando will be removed if he doesn't come up with the cash. He urges her to get him home.
The arrangement's already been broken. My advice would be get Mohan to deal with it because it's his debt.
But there's still no response from Mr. Fernando. So Ingrid heads back to the bank with the police.
I think it's quite a low thing to do, to just leave your family members to deal with my presence. They get no respect from me when they do that because they're not facing up to it. They think that somebody else is just going to pick up the pieces and that they can just turn their back on it and hide away.
Half an hour later, Ingrid calls from the bank. She's managed to raise £9,000. It's £3,000 short of the full amount, but seeing the effort she's put into resolving her partner's problem, Gary accepts the offer.
Hi, John. I think we'd probably be safe in taking £9,000 and then giving them some time for the other money.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you want to wrap up there, mate.
Cheers, John. Bye.
When Ingrid returns, Gary tells her that the claimant has accepted the offer. But it soon becomes clear that this isn't the first time she has bailed her partner out.
Basically, most of the problems that are here today are down to him, not me. I've been involved in paying up money for a long time to help him out with various things. And the reason that I'm still working at 77 years old is because I have to keep him, and I'm paying out all this time. Constantly for the last 9 years. When you get badgered and bullied basically, constantly, you know, you get worn down. And it's very difficult to stand up to it all the time.
Thanks to his partner, Mr. Fernando's case is resolved for now.
We're done. Yeah.
Right.
But if he doesn't pay the balance in 24 hours, Gary and Connor will be back.
It's horrible to see someone go through that. And you see their reaction and they're clearly distressed and they're clearly upset. I do feel a bit sorry for her, but she's got family rallying round her, which I think is more than Mohan can say for him.
You Can't Pay will be back at the same time next week. With over £4 million worth seized in the last 3 years, fake slimming pills are big business. Paul Connolly is on the case in brand new Undercover Nailing the Fraudsters next, while a new on 5 Spike next. They're behind the bars of the Antanamura prison in Madagascar, the world's toughest prisons, where the inmates share slim pickings with fat rats.
Threats.
Slap in the face, you know. Mate, it's not going to take.
Anger.
Don't, sir, don't.
Desperation.
Dad, I need to find £10,000 within 5 minutes.
What happens when debt
I'm not even paying a penny on it.
tracks you down?
Don't open the gates, mate. We'll force entry.
Up and down the UK.
Somebody come to the door, please.
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents, dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
It's not a wake-up call most people want.
Because if you can't pay,
Doesn't have a penny, doesn't own anything.
they'll take it away. Pubs across the UK are facing increasing financial pressures. Rising costs have forced 25,000 pubs to close down over the last 40 years. Recent research reveals that more than 70% of pubs have poor credit ratings, and more than a third have been asked to make large upfront payments for their energy supply. Gary Brown and Paul Bowhill are High Court enforcement agents. Today they're in Deal, Kent, with a writ to recover a debt for unpaid utility bills.
So our next address then is a pub called The Sportsman. The limited company running it is called Village Ales Limited.
It's lunchtime, and the agents are hoping to find the company's directors at the pub.
Opened an hour and a half ago, so there's probably going to be some customers there. But they owe £2,582.37. I imagine this is going to be the most excitement this village has seen for the last 50 years. Is that it?
If the directors can't or won't pay today, the writ instructs the agents to remove assets belonging to the company to cover the debt.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there someone we can speak to who are part of the company, the Village Ales Limited, please?
They're not here anymore.
Aren't they?
They're not here.
Oh. How long have they been gone?
October.
Really? And who's here now?
Me. I own the building.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you need?
I just need something to show VAT registration, licence, employer's liability.
I live on the car park.
Okay, that's fine. We'll wait. We'll keep our hands in our pockets.
Okay. Just get my keys.
Thank you very much.
While the woman leaves to find the paperwork proving ownership, Gary turns detective and investigates the pub online.
This is a sportsman pub in Kent. You've got Village Ales Limited named underneath. I found the two directors as well.
His paperwork includes a photo of the two directors, Jamie Coleman and Mark Holland.
Is that them, I take it? The two people? This could be mother of one of them.
Might be more of a connection than what she's leading us to believe. I'm just suspicious.
The woman returns with her paperwork.
That's me. That's my licence.
Okay.
My tax bill. Everything's in my name.
Janice Coleman.
Yeah.
She appears to share a surname with one of the directors.
Are you a family member of Jamie by any chance?
It was Mark Holland that was here before, trading as Village Ales, and I believe that they wound it up.
Their company's still active. Is Jamie a family member?
Yes, he is, but I'm nothing to do with Village Ales. It was Mark Holland.
Jamie is a director of that company as well.
That's nothing to do with me.
Right.
I rented it out to his father-in-law, Mark Holland. They weren't here long, and they left.
Is there a chance that if we spoke to Mark or Jamie, that they would just pay this?
Sort it out with them because it's nothing to do with me.
Could you get them on the phone?
I don't know Mark's phone.
And who is Jamie to you?
Right,
Janice, who is Jamie to you? Is he your son?
I don't know.
You're dodging around this question. You're dodging around answering it. Who is Jamie to you?
Holland. He is my son, yes.
Thank you.
Now Gary has established Janice Coleman's relationship to the director, Jamie Coleman. Paul is keen to check who currently holds the pub licence.
That's the licence, okay?
It doesn't actually say Janice Coleman, it says J. Coleman.
Oh, well, it is me. If you ring them up and find out.
Janice, to me you seem a bit cagey when I asked you about Jamie.
Because he's nothing to do with me.
If Janice can't prove that the assets in the pub now belong to her, the agents have the right to remove them, putting her business at serious risk.
Where's the inventory for the contents of the pub? I mean, you must have rented. You must have rented. Can we see that, please?
Yeah, well, the trouble is it takes me time to go and
No,
get
that's
it,
okay.
find
That's
it.
all right.
I've got so much paperwork.
Could we see the inventory? Thank you.
Find it,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
Before you go, Janice, can I take Jamie's phone number, please?
It's okay. I'll just go and get it. I'll put it on me. I'll go and get it, okay?
See how cagey she was when I put it to her about her son? She comes across as having something to hide because of the way that she's
well, just everything.
not dealing with the question.
From the minute she walked back in here.
I'll snip out the back.
Janice's behaviour has made Gary suspicious.
You all right, mate?
Hello, mate.
I've not seen you before. Can I take your name? What's your name, mate? My name is Gary Brown. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
All right.
What's your name?
Get to my boss.
I just need to know your name, mate.
Gary checks the photograph of the company directors.
Jamie Coleman?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Gary has found his man.
It's all unravelling now, isn't it?
The agents have tracked down one of the company's directors, Jamie Coleman. But if he can't pay the £2,500 owed, everything in the pub could be seized. Gary Brown and Paul Bowhill were in Deal, Kent, to recover a debt for unpaid utility bills owed by Village Ales Limited.
They're not here anymore.
The woman behind the bar told them she had taken over the pub and had nothing to do with the company. But Gary was suspicious. He decided to investigate.
I'll snip out the back.
And discovered her son, Jamie, one of the company directors, hiding in the kitchen.
It's all unravelling now, isn't it?
Now, the agents want to question him about the company's debt.
We got a writ here from the electricity company for £2,582.37. Are you able to pay that, please?
No, I don't work. I have no money, nothing.
Can you tell us the history of Village Ales Limited?
Yeah, me and my other business partner were supposed to do it. We tried it, and went bust. That's the end goal.
Yeah, you can't just remove a company.
No, I know.
It's either got to go into liquidation. You can't just cease to
Which is what they're looking at doing.
No, they're not, Jamie.
Yeah, we're still on there. I know that.
It's an active company.
All right, I have no money, so if you're going to arrest me and take me away, do that. I don't work, I have no money, nothing.
Okay, there's no need to get excited.
As Village Ales Limited is still trading, the agents can seize any assets in the pub that belong to the company to pay off the debt.
None of this property in this building belongs to me.
It's not you, the company.
No, the company owns nothing in this building. We took it on as it
Well, the mother's looking for the proof of that at the moment.
A few minutes later, Jamie's mother returns with more paperwork for the agents.
So what you're showing me here is...
That's the contract I had.
Right.
Okay? Which what I had when they took over. But they left and I took back in October.
The contract shows that Village Ales Limited took over the pub, but not that the business has passed back into Janice's hands.
There's nothing on this that tells me that Village Ales is no longer here.
No, well, I was told they folded.
Well, they haven't folded.
Well, what am I supposed
You were
to
told.
do?
Well, Janice, the director is there. When you say you were told, he's there.
They told me that they folded the company.
The contents aren't mine, so what do you want from me? That's my question.
I'm asking you as a director of Village Ales Limited, can you arrange these funds to be paid?
That. I have no money in the law to be able to direct.
Okay. Do you know anyone that can help?
No.
It's Mark Holland on that list.
Yes, but Village Ales Limited, calm down.
Can you get Mark Holland on the phone, please? Can you get Mark Holland on the phone? Why not?
Because I'm not willing to.
You're not willing to?
Gary.
I can't because he's at work. I'm not going to disturb him at work.
Okay, well, I'm going to disturb your business by removing goods soon.
But that's not, because it's mine and it's on here. How can you take my stuff?
Well, you've shown me a tenancy agreement showing that they took over. You haven't shown me anything that they ceased the tenancy.
Calm down.
No, honestly.
I know what you like.
I asked Jamie if he can ring Mark, and he said no, because I don't want to.
No, because it's mine. This is my doing.
Well, according to this, it's also Mark's.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford to pay the bills because you ripped us off with rent.
But with no sign of the debt being paid, Gary gives Jamie an ultimatum.
We've been here since 20 to 2. Jamie, you have until 2:30. If we just walk in and say, can you pay this? They're not going to pay it. They need the pressure to motivate them. They've got until 2:30, which is another 5 minutes, and then we're going to start removing goods.
Gary's deadline has now expired.
I'm going to start writing an inventory out of goods to be removed. I will leave you a list of that inventory. You have between now until the truck gets here to pay it.
John, it's Paul Bowhill. We're at the Sportsman pub, the one we spoke to you about earlier. What we're looking at is we need a Luton van, ideally with a tail lift.
With the van ordered, Janice decides to bail out her son and settle the £2,500 debt in full.
If I pay it now, will you leave it alone and just go?
Yeah.
Right, here you go. See if it'll work. I've extended my credit.
Pressure has worked eventually. Mum is saying that she's going to pay it. It's probably the sensible way forward for them from a business point of view. It means that either they get us out of their property and they can carry on trading. Okay, that's gone through. That's it. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Bye. All I want is the truth. So when they're being evasive and they're trying to hide behind limited company status, whether they're there or not there anymore, to avoid paying a debt, I've got no sympathy at all.
Research from a leading homelessness charity reveals that more than 2/3 of low-earning private renters in Britain are falling into rent arrears. Last year, average rents rose by more than a quarter since the beginning of the decade, forcing 500,000 low earners to borrow money to cover their costs. Croxteth, Liverpool. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor have a writ to evict tenant Michelle Mayher. Michelle hasn't paid any rent to her landlord for 10 months and she must leave today.
Vic, it's raining, it's cold, it's wet, it's Croxteth.
But this is no ordinary eviction. As well as repossessing the property, the agents have another writ to recover the outstanding rent from the tenant.
How much are those?
£4,163.
Interesting.
If Michelle can't or won't pay, she's at risk of losing her possessions as well as her home.
Let's go. Have a chat. So am I collecting the £4,000 and you doing the possession?
No, we're doing it together. But might as well be a reason.
Hello? Hello? Can somebody come to the door, please? We're High Court enforcement agents.
With no answer, the agents use the key given to them by the landlord.
Hello?
Hello? High Court enforcement. Hello?
Is anybody in?
We've got a dog in a kennel. Alright, boy. Are you okay? Oh, shame. Don't worry. Hello?
No one appears to be in, but the agents need to double check that the house is empty.
Oh, yeah. Got another room going up here. Hello? When you're entering a property on a possession order, you just gotta be alert. You know, you don't know what to expect. And you don't know who's in the property or if they're upstairs or not. So you have to be wide awake and take in everything. That's why it's good to work in teams.
No one in.
No. Hello?
But then Stuart makes an alarming discovery.
I don't what's that? We'll have to phone the police.
.22 caliber. Made in Turkey. There's one. There's two.
The agents think the guns are air rifles, but Stuart has a legal obligation to get them checked over.
Hi Jesse, wonder if you can. My name's Stuart McCracken, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're currently acting out a possession order on a property, and we found two .22 caliber air rifles in a house, and I was just wondering whether there's any officers available just to check them out, because we're not really too sure whether they're any danger or not. Brilliant, thank you so much for your help. Alright, bye bye. Yeah, they're going to send someone round just to make sure that they are kosher, because there's a zero tolerance on gun culture in Liverpool.
The police are on their way, But there's still no sign of the tenant.
We'll wait for the police to turn up, get the locks changed.
And then if no one comes back to the property...
We'll have to phone the RSPCA.
Yeah, because we can't leave the little dog behind, can we? Not much else here.
Stop putting your paw up, will you? Oh, Vic.
Cute dog, eh?
I want to take the dog.
But moments later, someone arrives at the house.
Hi there.
Hi.
Can I help you, sir?
I'm Michelle's partner.
Is it Paul?
Yeah. Why are you looking at my rifles?
Well, when we go into a property where there's no one home, we have to open up and see what's inside by law.
We've got a writ of possession made to take over the property, so you need to see what you can do.
We only need, well, I've got a property
Yeah.
for us to go to.
All right, okay.
But it's just not ready yet today.
Yeah. You got an hour to collect what you need.
Really?
As simple as that.
You'll have 7 days
Yeah.
to come back, so when the other property is ready in 2 or 3 days, you can then move whatever's yours directly into that. But
Girl, she's got to come home to all this. I'm not even registered as a tenant of the house. I just come to look after my daughter and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. Is it you and Michelle's daughter?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I say. I'll leave all my bits here because I lost my mum a couple of years ago. And,
But you do live here at the moment?
in and out.
Yeah.
As I say, I spend some time with my sisters. We're not together, me and Michelle, I just don't feel after a little girl.
Yeah. When we do go to evictions, emotions run high. It's the worst day in most people's lives, and it can turn families upside down. Where they're going to go, how they're going to deal with the situation, what's going to happen to the stuff.
The situation is taking its toll on Paul. But Stuart has to make it clear they have more than one writ to enforce.
We've got a balance to collect as well. Owed to the landlord.
Do you know if Michelle will have that money?
No way. She's a community carer.
Michelle, the tenant, is at work, but the agents need to make Paul aware that they could remove goods to offset the £4,000 she owes, even in her absence.
So we're also here to seize goods to the value of.
Stuff that's mine and the little girls.
Yeah, we need to see evidence of that, like a sales invoice or something like that, or a sales receipt for the goods, I'm afraid.
Well, obviously things like that aren't Michelle's.
I don't know. I can't take assumptions, I'm afraid. So everything that we do take today is stored for 7 days. Anything of value.
We haven't got that much of value.
Well, that's where we stand, mate. Just take a minute, like I said.
Sorry, we've been trying so hard to get
I know.
out of town.
Yeah.
It's a gift off me, Mum. I can get a receipt from Electric Skateboard this
Yeah.
daughter for her birthday. I'm meant to be taking her shooting tomorrow for her birthday.
Yeah.
She finishes school. I'd like this has ever happened to me before. You got to excuse me.
No, of course. No. Take as much time as you need. Having two separate writs is very tough, but on the other side of it, you need to remember that there is a landlord there that is missing thousands of pounds worth of rent, and it needs to be paid one way or another. We're there to represent the landlord, and we're there to get a result.
20 minutes after they were called, the police arrived to check out the guns.
Hello, so you okay?
Hello, you alright?
Yeah.
This is what you find, is it?
Yeah.
They are both under £12 foot of pressure. The magazine goes in there and the chamber is free. Would you mind if I just
I'd rather if you didn't, mate. So just put it down
Right,
for us
yeah.
if that's okay.
The police confirmed that the guns are air rifles and are not powerful enough to require a licence.
Okay, that's perfect, sir. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The officers leave. And moments later, Michelle arrives home.
Yeah, I've started back. We've just got nowhere to go because we got let down the house.
It's a writ of control and a writ of possession. So anything of value will be seized to offset the debt, which is £4,163.68.
Basically, Michelle, can I just explain to you quickly?
Yeah, but I need to get because I want to get going.
No, I appreciate that. You've got like an hour, right, to gather what you can take personal belongings,
We've got
etc.
7 days to remove everything that's ours.
As Michelle and Paul start to pack some essentials, the agents make an inventory of goods in the house. but there doesn't appear to be anything of value. As Paul hasn't provided proof that the air rifles are his, they appear to be the only items worth seizing. Stuart phones the office for advice.
There's nothing really of value in the house apart from 2 air rifles, which I reckon are worth a couple of £100, but it's whether we want to have them removed or not. They can't really confirm who they belong to, so I just wanted to see. Yeah, so we'll take it from there. Cheers, Mike. Thanks for letting me know.
The office advised that because the guns would have to be stored in a specialist facility, the cost of removing them will outweigh their value.
We won't be taking the guns, mate.
So I can keep them?
You can keep them, no problem at all.
I feel like hooking you
No.
because that was ridiculous.
No, we won't be taking the guns, mate.
With nothing else they can seize, all the agents can do now is complete the eviction.
Would you help me carry Ellie out to
Yeah, of course I will. If you want to pop it in my van, I'll quite happily look after her. No. I'm a dog man, you see. Gorgeous dog.
Just as Michelle and Paul leave, the landlord, Jan, and her partner arrive.
Hi. Hiya.
You know Paul?
Yeah. Do you want to come in?
And she tells the agent some surprising news.
We were friends. She used to look after my children when they were little.
How long has she lived here?
4 years.
Oh.
They haven't paid rent for 10 months.
Jan may have got her house back, but she's still £4,000 out of pocket.
What's happening about the risk control?
There's nothing here of value. There's about 250 quid's worth of stuff in this house, and it's going to cost 300 quid to store it. But we'll get them at the new address, and we'll take it from there.
The case is resolved for now. But as the arrears are still outstanding, Michelle may face further action. Stuart and Vic faced a complex situation. But in Gary and Connor's next case, a life-changing debt.
All 5 of you are still liable for £83,487.15.
Leaves a family torn apart.
It's sad because all 5 of them are my brothers. Money, isn't it? Money, over money and greed.
Last year, more county court judgments were issued against individuals in England and Wales than any other year on record. The number of judgments rose by nearly a quarter since the previous year and exceeded 900,000. (6:30 a.m). High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Palmer's Green, North London. They have a writ to recover a large debt of over £80,000 owed in unpaid legal fees.
Today we have a huge case. Yep. For 5 individual debtors at 5 individual addresses, owing a total of £83,487.15.
It's all about the pennies.
The debtors are siblings. Following their father's death, the eldest brother became the sole beneficiary of his estate. The siblings contested the will, but lost the case and were ordered to pay their brother's costs.
I think I'm going to have to play this really softly.
Not too soft, we want to get 80 grand out of them.
We need to get in to see their circumstances.
Each debtor is individually liable for the whole amount on the writ. But as Gary knows that it's unlikely that any one person will pay in full, he needs to collect a share of at least £16,000 from each of the siblings.
This is it here.
Vangelia Kumis, also known as Angela, is the first on the list.
Hi, can I speak to Evangelia, please?
No.
Sorry?
It's me.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything.
I'll explain what it's about. It's a legal matter. We have a High Court writ against you, and 4 other people have been taken to court. I'm assuming you know what it's about.
I know what it's about, yeah.
What is it about?
It's about a will.
Right. So we've been instructed to enforce the writ against all of you and try and recover the £83,487.15 outstanding. Have you got the means to pay something?
No, because that's why I haven't paid it. It was a big, massive court case. We lost the case, and his costs were awarded against us.
It's a bit different, this case, to how we enforce most cases. Most cases, just one person at one address. Yeah, sure.
I wasn't expecting this.
Although she would have received notice of the agent's visit, Angela is clearly shocked by the sheer scale of the debt.
Have you got access to anything?
I check my accounts, but there's no way I'll be able to pay at this stage in time. I can't pay my share. I haven't got all the funds.
It's a shame when it comes down to this.
But it was a lot of money. It was millions.
Yeah.
It was a couple of millions. So we thought, Dad was a wealthy man. My dad was a very wealthy man. We all expected him to share equally because this is what he said to us. But it turned out he just gave it to Antorakis.
What we do need to do, though, is come to some sort of arrangement and get the balance start to be paid off.
I'll have to ask Jack, my brother Jack, to pay my share and then I'll pay him in instalments.
Do you think he'd be able to pay your share and his share?
No, I don't think so. Or he might not either. He might say, no, it's her debt, she pays for it.
Do you want to ring him while we're here?
Angela gets her brother Jack on the phone.
Yeah, hello, Gikomo. Are you sitting down? He's taken out a county court judgment against all of us, and you're the bailiffs, aren't you? Yeah, the bailiffs have come to my house. We've got to today. He wants something today.
Could I speak to him?
Yeah, shall I pass him over to you, Gikomo? Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, mate. My name's Gary Brown. I'm the enforcement agent. All 5 of you taken to court and ordered to pay $83,487.
It's just an outrageous story.
Jack, how much could you raise today?
Maybe 10k possibly.
Okay.
I can call some favours. It's going to be a struggle anyway, but I'll get it.
It's not good news. Jack can't even cover his own share.
Well, this is like I'm in a nightmare. That's what it feels like.
Now the agents have no choice but to look for goods to seize to offset at least part of the debt.
I'm just going to have a look around and see what goods are upstairs.
If you check, the house is not in my mate, it's my husband's house. Everything is my husband's.
But how long have you both been married?
We've been married a long time.
Yeah, so it would be believed that you own some of the goods in the house.
He'll have a heart attack, and he will kill me.
With no proof that assets in the house don't belong to Angela, Connor continues the inventory. But then she makes a surprising offer.
My last bank statement was 8,000, and I thought, should I have paid this? I'll have 9,000, maybe 10,000, probably. I don't want to ask my husband.
Angela thinks she can find £10,000. It's less than her share, but it seems it's the best she can do.
One of the things I'm conscious of is your husband's reaction if you were to.
See, I don't want to tell him straight away.
So, in light of that, I'm going to accept £20,000 today.
Thank you very much.
Between yourself and Jack.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, God bless you. Thank you.
It just.
I can raise that. Me and Jack can do that.
It just takes the pressure off a bit, doesn't it? I don't want to be the ultimate cause of a breakdown in a marriage because.
It's a breakdown in a marriage, to breakdown in a person as well.
When I deal with complicated family disputes, I try and keep an open mind and try and gain the trust of the defendants involved. That you will treat everybody fairly and ultimately come out with a decision at the end of it that is suitable for everyone.
Angela agrees to pay the £20,000 later that day.
Angela, can I just get your signature on this paperwork, please? This is the breakdown, so £20,000 to be paid by 4 o'clock today.
But before the agents leave, she gets another brother, James, on the phone.
Now he would want to speak to you now. Do you want to speak to him now? Because he's here. He's right here in my house.
Hello?
Hello there, hi.
Hi.
Well, there's nothing I can do. I haven't got access to accounts to pay you anything now.
I can try and sort something out next week.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Bye.
Gary comes to an agreement with James that he will pay £10,000 in 6 days. But now all 3 debtors so far have underpaid their share.
Nice to meet you. I'm sure it wasn't under nicer circumstances.
See you again.
Hopefully not, no.
Hopefully not. Thank you.
In a nice way.
Alright.
Alright.
Ta-da.
Take care.
Now Gary and Connor have to see if the last 2 brothers named on the writ can clear the balance of £53,000. But since the court case, they've not spoken to the rest of the family.
It's sad because all 5 of them are my brothers, all of them, and we grew up together, we worked together, we did everything together. Now look, it's
That's the boys, really.
money, isn't it? Money, over money and greed.
Angela's estranged brothers, Andros and Christopher, live less than 5 minutes away.
I'm not expecting too much. They're not going to be best pleased about us turning up expecting to take money from them, especially if they don't have a relationship with the other 3.
But as the judgment says, they are liable for it.
The brothers live in the same block of flats.
We're in.
Gary and Connor try Christopher first.
Hi, my name is Gary Brown. I'm High Court Enforcement. Yeah. Could you buzz me in, please?
No, I can't.
Can I speak to Chris Kumis, please?
Not here.
Can you let me in so I can explain what this is about?
No, I can't let you in because Chris is not here. I don't know who you are.
I've just told you I am a High Court Enforcement.
I can't see you and I can't see no evidence.
Well, do you want me to show you some ID?
No, thank you.
As Christopher's partner won't let them in, the agents call on Andros.
Hi there, Andros Kumis. Hi, my name's Gary Brown. We're enforcement agents.
Come on in.
Thank you. That's all right.
Yeah, because I know we've had a debt because we lost the case.
The thing is, all 5 of you are still liable for £83,487.15.
Right.
That's
Why
including...
the 83? That includes fees.
That's, yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay, fine. Yeah, so look.
Angela
Yeah.
said she can find 10 grand by the end of the day.
And you're aware we don't actually mix?
Yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah.
it, yeah. Right, okay. She can find a whole lot.
She's...
Because if we end up paying, we're going after them 3. It's as simple as that. And they go, why should we pay the whole lot?
Just then, Christopher appears.
What's happened then?
Oh, they haven't paid.
None of them.
Yeah? We knew this might happen.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen now is, which is what we wanted to avoid, we didn't want any extra charges, and now what's happening is we have to pay it.
Yeah, and then chase them.
I'll speak to our solicitors today. I'll get him to send the remaining funds that he can. And I reckon by Thursday, we should be ready to
clear it.
Yeah, clear it.
It's an unexpected turn of events. Andros and Christopher quickly agree to pay the shortfall of £53,000. But as they've paid more than their siblings, they intend to take them to court.
You're off to do the transfer, yeah?
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right. Okay.
With £53,000 paid today and a promise of a further 30, it's been a remarkable case for the agents.
Initially, I was looking at this case thinking, how am I going to play this? It's going to be a nightmare. But I haven't expected the responses we've had today at all. Cracking job.
A recent survey has revealed that nearly 3/4 of small businesses in London say business rates are the most important problem they face. More than 6 in 10 have seen an increase in their business rates over the last year, and almost 2/3 have seen a negative impact on their business as a direct result. High Court enforcement agents Max Carraher and Paul Bowhill are in East London to collect a debt of nearly £2,000. It's owed by a shop to a business rates consultancy.
We're off to see Mr. Moshin Laquat, trading as Daniel Halal Meat, and we're looking to collect £1,710.12. They made a part payment of £200, and that's it.
The business is a butcher's shop.
Have you enforced a writ in a butcher's before?
No.
Knives and meat cleavers everywhere.
Don't panic.
I never panic when I'm working with you.
The writ instructs Max and Paul to collect full payment today or remove assets to cover the debt.
Right, let's go and see the butcher.
I'll just hold back slightly so you can rush in.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
Hi guys. Can I speak to the manager, please? He's not here. Could you get him on the phone for me, please? We're enforcement agents here with a High Court writ. What's your boss's name? Mobashin Nawaz. And who's Moshin Laquat? You don't know him?
One of the butchers gets the manager, Mr. Nawaz, on the phone.
The manager? Yeah. Oh, brilliant, thank you. Hi, is that Mr. Laquat? He's not here anymore. And you say he's been gone for a long time. Okay, we're going to need to see proof of that. Thanks very much. Cheers, mate. Bye. He's coming down. He says it'll be about 20, 25 minutes. We're going to have a look around at the paperwork and documents. Sorry, guys.
Max wants to check that everything he's being told is true.
Receipts from yesterday. Whoa!
Behind the counter is the notification of enforcement the agents have sent to Mr. Liaquat.
This is what caused them to make the payment, isn't it?
Max receives another phone call from the manager, Mr. Nawaz.
Who's this? The owner?
Yeah. He now claims that he owns the business.
You bought the shop off of him nearly a year ago. Okay, I'm going to need to see documentation for that, because we've just found our notification of enforcement here in the paperwork.
Whilst Max is on the phone, a man arrives. He says that he is the uncle of Mr. Nawaz, who claims to be the current owner.
Yeah, why is it happening?
There's a High Court writ being issued here.
Yeah.
And the person named on is Moshin Likat.
Yeah, he's gone from here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
This shop,
yeah.
Is it a limited company?
I think it's a sole trader.
Sole trader.
Mobashin Nawaz.
Right. Is he here? Where is he?
He's coming now.
Okay, well, we'll just wait for him.
Right. I'm going to start an inventory.
Max is sceptical and starts to make an inventory of assets. If Mr. Nawaz can't prove the goods belong to him, they can be seized. At the same time, Paul tries a different tactic.
If I can go beyond this, there's an easy way of dealing with this. Is pay this and take it up with the other guy.
Other guys don't have any concern here, though.
We've got all the evidence we need to start removing goods.
With no sign of Mr. Liaquat, or the man who claims to own the business now, will the agents have to remove goods to cover the debt? Max and Paul were in East London to recover over £1,700 from butcher Mr. Liaquat. They were told that he had left the business.
Yeah, he's gone from here.
And that it had been sold to a new owner, Mr. Nawaz.
You bought the shop off of him nearly a year ago.
But Max found paperwork with the defendant's name on it.
We've got all the evidence we need to start removing goods.
Now Mr. Nawaz must prove that he owns the business, or risk losing valuable equipment.
Hello, sir. Who are you?
Mr. Nawaz.
So you're Mr. Nawaz?
Yeah.
Did I speak to you on the phone?
Yeah, you did.
You bought this business here?
Yes.
When did you buy it?
Nearly a year ago.
Okay. Prove it.
How do you want to prove it?
Look at what we found.
£200 was only paid last week, and this paperwork is here. So whoever paid the £200 was here. We need to see documentary evidence, otherwise we would have to take things away. Have you got bank statements here?
Yeah.
If we see bank statements, we see VAT registration.
Have you got any documents or anything for me?
It seems that Mr. Nawaz is unable to provide any proof the business has changed hands.
Okay, what's going to happen now? I need £1,710.12.
Can I just suggest the easy way out of this? For the amount that's involved, it's not worth all this trouble.
Get him on the phone to pay it.
Get him on the phone to pay it. Otherwise your business is going to be disrupted, which we'd prefer not to do.
Look, Ali, you give me 4 days, 5 days.
No.
Not going to happen. We've got more than enough evidence to show that this gentleman has been operating from here.
We don't want to disrupt your business, but unless we see the paperwork, we have no option.
Both Max and Paul are hoping that the threat to remove assets will resolve the debt.
We'll start disconnecting the fridges. We'll take all those fridges. No, I know you did, but...
Hello, mate. Will have to be a tail lift. 4 chest freezers, plus various smaller meat cutting equipment.
With the freezers at risk, Mr. Nawaz's uncle gets Mr. Liaquat on the line.
Oh, is that him? Hello, is that Mossin? Yeah. You've got some money to pay, sir. £1,710 and 12 pence. Are you going to pay this or not? Because otherwise, unless we get proof of ownership of the assets in this premises, we will be removing goods today.
That's between you and them.
Okay, he doesn't care. The gentleman who we're after, who won't front up to the problems, it's pretty evident that they did know about the debt. But he said he'll sort it out. And then, of course, the letter came and he's put that in a drawer and made a part payment.
Paul's patience is finally running out.
There are 2 choices. Okay. Pay or we take it away.
It's not nice.
I know it's not nice, but it's really effective. I'll just unplug the freezers.
Max gives the new owners one last chance to pay.
Sir, can you pay the £1,710?
Sir, give me that card, man.
You need it on card, sir?
Paul and Max's tough stance has worked. Mr. Nawaz's uncle pays the debt in full.
Yeah.
That's gone through.
How much?
It's nice when you find our paperwork. At least they can't say I didn't get the paperwork.
Find out what the trouble with M&S is next Thursday at 9. After the break, a personal insight into the spotlight. Brand new Me and My Mental Health begins in just a moment.